Hi, hey, hello, my name is Sarah, and welcome back to my Animal Crossing New Horizons long play over here on More Sezrawrr, where we are a 3-star island. We are making our way through finishing all the museum stuff, the fossils, the bugs, the fish, the diving sea creatures, right? And the art piece as well, can't forget them. We're making our way through all of them, and tonight I'm hoping to make a big dent in the list of the creatures that are available now. Okay, that would be nice. We're going to have a big night of fishing, of bug hunting, and of diving in the ocean as well. I'm very excited. But before we jump into this After Dark episode of Animal Crossing New Horizons, there's some things that you missed on Sezurbia. So with that being said, here's what you missed. Alright, so we are coming into Wednesday morning. Wednesday is the day after I filmed last episode. We need to check the turnip prices and hopefully have some better turnip prices. But here we are with Ms. Isabel, who says, good morning, everyone. Right now on Sezurbia, it's 8:59 a.m. on Wednesday. Oh, by the way, if you want a rug or some new wallpaper, Sahara's visiting. I sped through this and forgot that I was recording when I was looking at these messages, so then I slowed down anyway. She sells lots of unique designs you won't find anywhere else. I can't wait to find out what she's bought today. That's all for today. Have a fun day out there. I actually forgot to check in with Sahara. My bad. I actually didn't have time on Wednesday morning. All I had time to do on Wednesday morning was check the turnip prices. So here we are on Sezurbia. We're going to see what the turnips are doing. I think the last price we had was 61 bells, somewhere thereabout. So I'm hoping to see an improvement in prices here, but let's see what the turnip prices were doing. The current price for turnips is 125 bells per turnip. So at this point, I was starting to wonder whether maybe we were starting to see a spike price. So I definitely didn't sell for 125 bells per turnip, but I was hoping that with Wednesday afternoon we would see another really good profit price. But knowing that I wasn't selling for 125 bells per turnip, let's now see what the turnip prices were doing over on Seztopia. The current price for turnips is 275 bells per turnip, and at this point I was starting to get concerned because this was making me think that we were having the small spike pattern over on Seztopia. And with the small spike, you don't get up to like the 570, the 600 bells per turnip. You get around 275 bells per turnip. So I decided that I was going to make a little bit of use of this price on Seztopia, and I was going to sell as many turnips as I could to get to the point of how much I spent on turnips this week. So I wanted to try and earn 510,000 bells back with this price on Seztopia. I did the math, and in order to make 495,000 bells at 275 bells per turnip, I would sell 1,800. That would then leave 3,200 to hopefully make profit. But to be able to make as much as what we paid for means that we have insurance, that no matter what happens for the rest of the week, we are going to be making some kind of profit this week. So I immediately left Nook's Cranny and I ran down to the airport over on Seztopia to go and fling those gates open so that we could then come and fly over and sell the turnips. So while Sezrawrr on Seztopia was doing that, Sezrawrr on Sezurbia was picking 1,800 turnips up from the attic and then flying over to Seztopia so that we could go and sell those turnips. So with selecting all of the 1,800 turnips that I had in my pocket to then sell them, Timmy said, allow me just a moment to run the numbers, and done. I can buy these from you for a total of 495,000 bells. Now, that is 15,000 bells less than what I paid for, but we're pretty much guaranteed to still get profit no matter what happens for the rest of this week. So then I flew home because that was all the time that I had on Wednesday morning. So then on Wednesday afternoon, we came back in to see what the turnip prices were doing, and here we are on Sezurbia. I'm hoping to see an even bigger increase on the 125 bells per turnip that we had this morning. Let's take a look. Current price for turnips is 76 bells per turnip. So this let me know that unfortunately we are not in any spike pattern on Sezurbia. We are in fact in the random pattern. So with that being said, I wasn't selling for 76 bells per turnip. We still probably would have made profit because we've made the amount of money we needed back. But let's see what the go is for Seztopia, 169 bells per turnip. So given that that is a decrease, I decided that I would again have Sezrawrr run to the airport and fling open the gates once again, and I would have Sezrawrr on Sezurbia pick up the 3,200 turnips that she had remaining in the attic. We would fly back to Seztopia for the afternoon, and then we would sell the 3,200 turnips we had, because this is still going to be a profit. We're still going to be making a profit, but just to see that price decreasing, I know we're not going to do any better than the 275 bells. So this got us a 540,800 bells for the 3,200 turnips that we just sold. That meant that the total we earned this week was 1,035,800 bells, but if we take out the fact that I paid 510,000 bells to begin with, it made the profit for turnips this week 525,800 bells. I have a little bit of regret about not selling all of my turnips at the 275 bells per turnip, but you just don't know. This is why I hate the stock market. You just can't fully predict, and I was hoping to still see a better price, but we still made profit nonetheless, and that is what is most important. So then the next update I have for you is actually on Thursday night, because I wasn't even playing at my computer. I was literally playing handheld on the couch, okay? And I just wanted to come in and water my flowers because I'm still trying to breed the black flowers, right? I wanted to get some more wood chopped for our stock in our inventory, and also just catch 5 wasps so that I can be prepared to donate them to Flick. And when I was doing that on Thursday night, I had Red on the island, and I was very excited because Red had 2 fake portraits on the Halves Island this week. So to have Red visit the island gives me the chance to be able to get at least something, right, to donate to the museum, right? At least one piece of genuine art. So having a look immediately, hi Red, by the way, but having a look immediately, we see the 2 statues that we have on offer, we have already donated. Both of them are fake anyway, so it's fine. So, but having a look at the 2 pictures that we have, the first picture that we have here is the quaint painting. We are going to take a closer look. We always take a closer look at the paintings especially, but I can tell you that the fake quaint painting has a really thick stream of liquid coming from the pitcher that she's pouring. So this is the genuine article because it's nice and thin. I did want to check out the other painting as well though, which is the detailed painting, because I feel like the detailed painting, it's a little bit harder to tell which one's real and which one's fake. We are going to take a closer look as we always do. So the fake detailed painting has purple flowers, and look, I was looking at this, I'm like, it looks blue. But I did go online and make sure that this was blue and that it wasn't some weird purple that I've never seen before in my life. But this is also the genuine article because they are most definitely blue. The purple flowers are very vividly purple. So because this one was a little bit harder for me to tell that it's a genuine article, I decided that I was going to buy this one, the detailed painting. So we've got that one sold. Thank you so much, Red, for having 2 genuine paintings on offer from me this week. Very nice. And we will have something to donate to Blathers from that Thursday night. And with that being said, you guys, that is all that you missed on Sezurbia. So we are now going to jump into Animal Crossing New Horizons. We're going to have a fun night filled with creatures and critters of all kinds, hopefully. But one thing I will just quickly mention as well. Actually, 2 things that I will quickly mention as well. Firstly, I don't know if you can hear it in my microphone, but I have a little fan blowing on me right now because it is 41 degrees Celsius right now in Melbourne, and for you Fahrenheiters, that is pretty much 106 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's very, very warm. And so I have this little fan blowing on me. I don't know if you can hear it in the microphone. If you can, I'm sorry, but like I said, very warm. That's why I have my hair up like this, because it's too hot. Also, you see me wear this top all the time at the moment. It does get washed. I promise you. It's just, I film these videos week to week. So this has been washed and then I wear it again because it's nice and light. It's straight cotton. So it's really nice and light to wear. And the last thing I will mention is my replacement ring light for my backdrop finally came. And so this is the first video that I am using with it. It lights up the backdrop just so nicely. And I'm very, very happy to have it. So with that being said, all of those things out of the way, we are now going to dive in, literally, to Animal Crossing New Horizons and see what creatures we're going to be able to catch today. Hopefully we're going to make a big dent in that creatures list, okay? Let's find out. So also one thing I will quickly mention is I am wearing my AirPods at the moment. Again, I just can't really fathom having anything on my ears because it's that warm right now. So yeah, wearing my AirPods, but that means when it comes to the fishing, I'm going to have to probably take them out. I'm probably going to have to de-dock the Switch and do it the way that I've been doing. Especially because, like, I have been struggling so much with catching new fish lately that I'm going to want to do everything I can to be able to catch new fish, okay? So we're probably going to be using some bait. We've got to do a lot of river fishing tonight, so let's do that, okay? Because I have my fan on, though, my fringe keeps going bad. I do apologise for that. But here we are with Miss Isabel, who says, good evening, everyone. Because, my friends, it is the evening time. Right now in Sezurbia, it's 8:38 p.m. on Saturday, January 24th, 2026. It's another lovely Saturday, and KK is performing in the plaza. Yes, I did forget that we've got a KK show to go to as well. He loves audience requests, so if there's anything you'd like to hear, stop by the plaza and let him know. Thank you so much. That's all for now. I hope you all enjoy the loveliest of lovely days. Thank you so much, Miss Isabel. It's always lovely to see you, Miss Isabel. All right, but first things first, we will just really quickly check the mail, okay? We've got a letter from Barrel who says, hey there, sezrawrr. Isn't this postcard pretty? I mean, it's not bad. I've seen worse, but I've also seen better. I don't want to cover it up with too much of my writing because I think it is pretty and I should let you see it. That is why I'm only writing a few words and then I am done. So pretty, from Barrel. You're very cute, Barrel. Dodo Airlines sent me a gift. Just wanted to thank you for flying Dodo Airlines. We know you don't have a lot of options, but thanks for choosing us all the same. We hope you enjoy this bit of custom DAL merch. Nifty, right? Thank you so much, Dodo. Wilbur and Orville, I appreciate you guys. Jolly Reds, this should be the, I can't even remember what it was called now. The detail painting? I think that's what it was. Yes, the detail painting. It says it literally right there in the letter. Thank you so much, Red. Fabulous. And then we do have a letter from Huck who says, Dear sezrawrr, hey, I just wanted to say that I'm so happy I met you. I couldn't have said it in person without getting all flustered and weird, and now I'm sure all of our future interactions will be 100% normal. Straightforwardly, Huck, that's really sweet, Huck. What a guy. Also, our hibiscus bushes have planted. Have bloomed, sorry. They've bloomed. Not planted, they've been planted, but they've bloomed. I mentioned literally in last episode that I was like, our hibiscus plants are not gonna bloom. They haven't bloomed so far. They have. They're so pretty and I love them. Very exciting. Let's go to a KK show. Also, I need to be keeping an eye out. We've only got 2 bugs that we need to catch tonight. They're going to be on the palm trees. They are the giraffe stag and the golden stag. I'm hoping to catch both of them. That's a pretty big looking fish, isn't it? I have big fish that I need to catch as well in the river. Hold on. There's some that are available after 9 p.m, which is why I'm playing a little bit later than I normally would. But let me just see what else we've got. That could be that size, right? So we've got the arowana. That could be an arowana. It could be the dorado. Oh, I feel like I need to catch that fish. We're immediately going to come into a D-dock, my friends. I'm so sorry. I have to take advantage that could be one of the fish, right? I have to do it. All right, I am going to do that right now. We are going full screen, my friends. I'm taking my AirPods out. And I'm turning my volume up. Alright, let's do this. Whoops, that's not going to get it. No, that's landed right on top of the fish. That won't do it. But this will, actually. It will, it might, it will, it should. Excuse me? Don't turn your head like that. Turn it back. It turned around. Do not make me sing the never-ending story again like I did a couple episodes ago. I will do it. I can't even see it anymore. That's how turned around it got. Hold on, I'll show you where it is. It's over there now. How did it get over there? How did that even happen? I'm going to have to recast. Anyway, I did not sing the never-ending story. Please tell me it's going to get that right. Yes. Damn it! I made that much fuss about it. And then we didn't catch it anyway. I'm so unbelievably sorry about that. Anyway, let's just go to a KK show because now I'm really annoyed. Pashmina is here. Blue Bear is here. There's a balloon. Is the balloon over the water? Yes, it is. Something just jumped in the water. I don't know. That was weird. Anyway, I'm not going to go for the balloon. I need to go to a KK show. KK, I know you're singing, but my guy, I've got other things I need to do tonight. So what's buzzing, sezrawrr? You always make for a real keen scene. You hip to a song tonight? I sure am. Let's hear it. Cool, cool. Any requests? I can dial up an old favorite, or you can just tell me how you're feeling and I'll groove on it. I'll leave it up to you, my guy. Dealer's choice, huh? Cool. I've got a slick one for you. Take a seat and we'll jam. Thank you so much, KK. I'm going to sit in the middle. Wonder what you're going to have for me tonight. Who's in the mood for a little KK bashment? Okay, let's hear it, my guy. KK bashment. Now that I'm hearing him, like, I know what song this is. I can hear the recorded version, which we will after this. We're going to hear the whole song, though. You know I love it when he does his whistles. And his awoos, I love them. Well done, KK. That was beautiful. Right on, man. Why don't you give your pockets a glance? I slipped you a boot of the show. That was like unreal. Thanks for tuning your dial in my direction. Thank you for whistling and singing and a-wooing at me. I love it. We are going to go and listen to KK Bashment in the actual recording right quick. I just wanted to check these palm trees just to make sure there was no giraffe stags or golden stags hiding on them, because I'm feeling a little bit disheartened at the way this episode has started, except there's Raymond! Sitting under a palm tree on the beach with a smoothie. What a guy. What a guy. What a vibe. Let's go and listen to KK Bashment though, and also I should check in and see if there's any Nook Miles achievements. I can't remember if I've achieved anything between last episode and this episode. Let's start with KK Bashment. Also, I haven't even opened what we got in the mail today. My bad, my goodness. Alright, here we are. Register KK Bashment. And it does sound different to what we just heard, but I like both. This one actually. It's kind of chill, but I think it's not as chill as KK Dub, so I'm gonna go back to KK Dub. You just know how it goes. Let's open our presents though. Dodo Airlines for this one. Yeah, some slippers. Nice, thank you. I love me a good pair of slippers, even though it's 41 degrees in Melbourne right now. I am wearing Ugg boots. I'm just one of those people, I don't really like wearing bare feet on carpet. I just can't wear bare feet on carpet. And then I don't like wearing socks unless I'm wearing shoes. So Ugg boots it is, right? Anyway, what is this one? This is the detailed painting. Beautiful. I can go and take that outside, thank you. So put it with the rest of the things that are ready to be donated. And then we're going to quickly check in at Nook's Cranny to see what wallpaper options they have on offer for today. We will... do we need to go to Harv's Island? Because I know that Red's art that he's got over there is fake this week. I don't want to buy it. I've already checked out what Sahara has, so I don't think I need to go to Harv's Island. So let's just really quickly go and check out what's going on at Nook's Cranny then. I've also got to find the money spot because we've got money tree, right? Let's just see what's going on over here. I currently have a fair amount of money in my pockets though, because when I sold the turnips, Sorry, I'm just seeing something that... I mean, technically I could buy this dish rack. It's black and beautiful, but I know that sezrawrr on Sezurbia has that dish rack for me. We may already even have it. So I'm not going to buy it. But the cake stand is cute. And I'm sure that that could probably get recolored, right? An afternoon tea set, that's gorgeous. I want it. Yes, I'll buy it. Thank you so much. Anyway, as I was saying, when I sold the first lot of turnips for 495,000 bells, I put all the bell bags that I had up in the attic ready to buy turnips tomorrow, which means I've got 573,000 bells in my pocket. So we might pay off some of our loan as well with that, just because I don't need all of that money in my pockets, right? What am I looking at all this for? I want to look at the wallpaper and flooring. Okay. Let's buy this one. I'm trying to go with like different colored of wood flooring. This is for thinking about when I'm going to be decorating the hotel rooms, okay? I'm still preparing to potentially decorate hotel rooms, okay? And just this kind of stuff, I think it would just be... It's going to suit multiple different vibes because I don't know what all of the themes are yet. I don't want to know what all the themes are yet. I would really like to just wait until I can find out what all the themes are on my own. But yeah, I'm just trying to account for many different themes. Anyway, that's all we're going to do for Nook's Cranny today. Thank you. Let me just see now, check in with Nook Miles, see what we've going on because straight away you've got the bug. We have caught 504 bugs. We're hopefully going to be catching another 2 tonight, right? So that's a great start. Do we have any other Nook Miles achievements for the night, though? Do we? It doesn't look like it. No, we do not. That's okay. What do we have for Nook Miles Plus, though? Okay, we could sell some shells. We could take a picture right now. Also, oh, that was insanely blurry, that one. But anyway, I do have... underwater flooring. I kept getting this underwater flooring in balloons and throwing it away because I was just so tired of it. And then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to learn it because then I hopefully won't get it in balloons anymore. And it's actually really pretty. I won't ever use it. But I wasn't sure what they meant by underwater flooring. And well, that I don't know what else I was expecting. It is pretty, but I won't ever use it. Anyway, it's fine. We now have taken a photo. That's fabulous. All right, yes, we can definitely sell some shells and we can definitely talk to some neighbors. So let's get started on doing some of that and hopefully finding the money spot as well would be really nice. I want to go and chat to Rolf because now that Nan is in our house, she's been in our house for a week, right? Villager hunting was a week ago, was it? Just over a week ago. So now Nan is kind of settled in. She's kind of established. Oh, we've got some... Oh, there's the money spot, by the way. Beautiful. You do, in fact, love to see it. But yeah, now that she's kind of settled in, I need to be prepping Rolf to hopefully be the next villager that wants to leave, right? So also this mosquito, don't you dare. I don't want it. I want you to bite me, okay? Quick. Get away from me. Get away from me. I just hate mosquitoes both in real life and in Animal Crossing. Thank you so much. Do not want. at all. Anyway, it's fine. Rolf is at home. Let's go and check in with Rolf then, because yes, I do want to just like butter him up and get him ready to go. He's asleep. Rolf, wake up. Be quiet, Cloud. Spoon's asleep in. Well, ask the bicycle yourself. Huh? I had this really wonderful dream about something. It's all fuzzy now, but I remember it was great. I don't know, it sounded like a weird one. I can't talk. I have weird dreams sometimes. I told you about my childhood recurring nightmare. But I have a lot of zombie apocalypse dreams as well. Like, if I'm gonna have a nightmare, it's probably gonna be about a zombie apocalypse. I don't know, just zombies terrify me, apparently. But look, I think that's pretty fair, actually. I'm just gonna pick up these shells. Also, I need to be keeping an eye on these palm trees. So, could that be the giraffe stag, or is that just a different one? See, I know what it looks like, and the giraffe stag has like long pincers, and it's got like an extra pincery bit on top of the pincers, and I can't tell if that's a giraffe stag or not. So I'm probably just gonna catch it, because honestly, because I can't tell, I should just probably catch it. It's not, is it? No, it's a saw stag. Okay, I had a feeling that the coloring wasn't right, because the giraffe stags, I'm pretty sure, are just all black. So I had a feeling the coloring wasn't right. But like I said, the only way you can be sure is just to do it, right? Is just to catch it. I don't need the wharf roaches. Oh, also something else that I don't think I included on in the Here's What You Missed on Sezurbia is that we have had scorpions, my friends, on Sezurbia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're all different shells. Isn't that funny? 7. But yeah, we've had scorpions. I caught one. I don't think any of the fish I need to catch in the ocean. Do I even need to catch any fish in the ocean aside from the giant trevally? Is that what it's called? I can't even remember. The giant trevally. That's caught from the pier. Aside from that, we have no other ocean fish that we can catch. So that's probably not going to be a giant trevally, right? Anyway, the first scorpion I caught. The second one scared the crap out of me. Actually, it was really funny, and I kind of wish that I caught a clip of it. It scared the crap out of me, and I froze. You know, fight, flight, or freeze. I froze, and it just ran at me and got me because I froze. It was really funny. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need one more shell. No worries. Yeah, it was really funny. But we've had a couple of scorpions. We've not had scorpions at all until now, which lets me know that maybe the island was a bit cluttered before, a bit too cluttered, and they couldn't get around. They need a good spawn point, and they need a good place to kind of scurry. So maybe it didn't have enough space for any of that. Anyway, I do have the money tree in my pocket, so let's go and get money tree sorted. Is that the one that I need to be doing, or is there one here? There is one here. That fish looks pretty big. I think I'm gonna have to go for the fish. God damn it, I'm gonna go for the fish. My God, I stress myself out about the fish. I'm just gonna chop the tree down first and get the tree out the way. And then we're gonna catch the fish, because it looks like a pretty big fish. Anyway, it's all good. It's got to be nearly 9 o'clock. So there's a few fish that get caught in the rivers after 9 o'clock, which is, again, like I mentioned earlier, why I'm playing a little bit later than I would normally, okay? All right, I'm getting my fishing rod out. We're going to do the D-dock. I'm going to focus in this time, though, and not muck it up, okay? I'm putting it out there. I'm not mucking it up this time. I can hear a balloon, but I'm not going to go for it. I'm going to prioritize this fish instead. Okay, I've deducked. We're going to cast that line. The balloon is over the water anyway. I can see the shadow, so we're not going to be able to get it anyway. It's hopefully going to go for that. Ooh, is that something new? Oh my goodness, friends, it is. Let me redock. Well, that's a relief for me straight away. That is such a relief for me. The fact that we've got something new. Is that the The saddled, the one that I can't pronounce. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. What is it? What have we got? Oh, it's the arowana. I'd make a joke, but I don't wanna. Okay, well, let me just get my creature list out. Fantastic start. So that one was a large shadow. I knew it was a pretty big one. Anyway, so we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 fish on the fish list total, but that includes ones that I can't catch right now, ones that can only be caught during the day. But for the nighttime, let me just tell you which ones we do have available. From 9 p.m., which is literally in 2 minutes, we have the snapping turtle available. We have the neon... No, we don't. That one's during the day. Sorry. We've got... I think we've got the piranha, but that's a small shadow. We've got the dorado that we can catch right now, very large shadow. From 9 p.m. we have the one that I can't pronounce, the saddled bicir, B-I-C-H-I-R. I don't know how to pronounce that one. That one is a large shadow as well. We have the gar, which is available in the pond. And then that's it. So that's 1, 2, 3... 4 fish that we can catch tonight. I could include the giant trevally in that as well. So depending on how we go with the rest of the fish, maybe I'll get my bait and we'll head to the pier. As it is, I think I might need to catch the bait anyway, because if we're going to try and catch the gar in the pond, I'm going to need to just be spawning fish over and over. So we're probably going to use bait in the pond. That is a fantastic start though. I am, now that I've got that money tree sorted. Sorry, that leaf below that tree is going to be a walking leaf. It's not going to be an actual piece of furniture. There is a scorpion, my friends. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I was just talking about it. And there's a friggin' scorpion. Oh my goodness, I need to be careful. No, hold on. Put my net away for a second. Put my net away and let's just get a little bit closer to the situation. Okay. Let's get my net out and let's go on the, not the attack, but let's just get ready. Here we go. We can do it. I'm feeling a little bit desensitized to the scorpions right now, except for when they scare the crap out of me, okay? Which, like, that doesn't make sense, but that's very hypocritical to what I just said, I know. But when I am not expecting them and then they're there, they scare me. But that was just a nice little ease into it. Like, it didn't scare me. And even now when I'm approaching it, I'm not, like, uncomfortable. I'm fine. I've got this. Scorpions, another one to add to the inventory that we can sell next time Flick is here. That's going to be so good. Oh no, my little fan has run out of battery. Oh no. I was like, why is it not blowing on me anymore? Anyway, look. It's fine. I'm just going to have to deal. Actually, hold on. I might just take a break from recording because my PowerPoints down here have a USB port that I should be able to plug the charger in. So just give me 1 second to get that sorted. I'll be right back. My friends, we are back in business with the fan. You have no idea how essential it is for me to have this fan on right now. Anyway, it's all good. So, with that being said, Scorpion acquired. Let's go drop the arowana off here. Oh, also, I do have this gyroid to dig up. I don't know why I just couldn't remember the word gyroid. Look, I dug up a wallopoid. I don't think I have a wallopoid. Also, just looking at the cicada shell right there, its eyes were super creepy and gross looking. It kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies. Anyway, the arowana. Can I stick that here? Is there enough space? There sure is. That's fabulous. Let's go and put everything else that we have in the inventory, except for the shells, because I need to go and sell them. But we are officially after 9 o'clock p.m. as well. Very good. Very good indeed. Let's just get the, yes, definitely get the saw stag put away. Get the wood put away. Get the scorpion put away. We're going to put away our 1,000 bells there. We're going to put away our flooring. And the afternoon tea set, definitely. So cute. Okay, so let's just go and put the wallopoid in here and have a listen to what the wallopoid sounds like with the music playing, okay? Okay, let's place it and have a listen. All right, place it. So it's kind of hard to hear, obviously, because this one's more of a percussive sound. It's not like one that makes like a ding sound or anything. It's like a drum sound. So it's kind of hard to hear, but it's definitely doing stuff and it's very active. Love that. Very on beat. Wallopoid, that's one I definitely didn't have, so we can cross that one off the list. Doing well for the gyroids. Love that. We are going to go and sell these shells though, and then we might get started. I don't know what I want to start with. Maybe I do just want to start with the fish. Just because I am stressed about the fish situation stressing me out. So look, might just go actually back inside and just grab some bait so I don't have to come back home. Sorry about it. Do I also want to change into my fishing vest? Probably not, because fishing's not the only thing I'm going to be doing tonight. So I'm just going to probably stay in these clothes. But what I'm doing is grabbing some bait. Bait from my pockets. Look at our little gyroid collection, doing very well here. Fabulous. Where's my bait? Here. I've got 18 bait. Hopefully, could you imagine if I could catch both of the gar in the pond and the giant trevally using only my 18 bait? That would be amazing. I'm not going to hold my breath on that though. Anyway, we're going to take it slow because, I mean, scorpions can spawn more than once, right? I don't have my net out, so it's all good. But I just need to keep in mind that I could see another scorpion, because that's what happened the other night when I caught one. And then the next one, I froze. Yep. Let's just sell these shells. Thank you so much to the Nook boys. Also, I've just realized that I've missed Sable. I missed chatting to Sable and Mabel. But that's okay. It is what it is, right? Also, I do want to pay off a little bit of my loan. Thank you so much for 3,840 bells. That's so good. So let's get that sorted. Do I have other Nook miles? I do, for Island Ichthyologist, for catching. Oh, filling in Critterpedia. Oh, that's because we caught the arowana was our 60th Critterpedia creature. That's so good. For fish. So we've caught 60 of the 80 fish. Wow. Do I have any more? I don't think I'll have any more. We haven't done enough to warrant getting any more yet. No, definitely not. Okay, that's fine though. Very good and exciting, thank you. So let's just go and pay off some of our loan, and then I promise we're going to get right into it. How are we already 41 minutes into this episode? That's crazy, shooting stars, I hear them. Does that mean Celeste is here? Could Wisp be here? I forgot. That either of those things could be a possibility because it is nighttime, right? Let me just go pay off some of this loan first, okay? Because otherwise I will forget. Hello guys, I've got stuff to do over here. Also, I will just check what Nook Shopping has on offer before I do that. Just it might have some castle walls. You just never know. I want to buy them if we do. Garden lantern, surfboard, no. No. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Okie dokie. So with that being said, let's just pay off some of our loan then. ABD, thank you very much. We're going to make a loan payment, and I'm going to pay off 500,000. We're going to keep 96,000 bells in, although maybe I don't even need that much. No, I'm just going to do 500,000. It's fine. It's all good. I'm thinking too much about it. It's fine. 500,000 loan payment will be fine. I think that's the most in our loan payment we've ever done. So, which brings our balance in our pockets back down to 96,000 and brings the loan balance down to 1,948,000 bells. We're going to get there. It's all good. Very exciting. Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. And let's go out now. And I think we are just going to start doing some fishing, my friends. And also checking our trees, our palm trees for... Oh, and also I should... Yeah, it's fine. I will make my way up into the cliffs as well, because I keep forgetting that the rivers we have up on the cliffs also count as rivers. So I keep just sticking to the lower rivers and forgetting that we can go up there and look to see if we've got any fish, right? But I do just kind of want to be checking on the palm trees as well. So just excuse me while I detour to the palm trees on this beach for a second. Also, I've got to talk to 3 neighbors. So if there's any neighbors I want to chat to, that would be sick as well. I've got to talk to two now, I think. Let's go to Nan's house. We've never been to Nan's house before. I still have not been inside Nan's house. I have no idea what it looks like in here. Let's have a look. I mean, from the pictures, but like the outside of her house looked way different in the pictures than it did in real life. It's cute. Why do I get the feeling I'm going to fall in love with Nan and I'm not going to want her to leave like I did with Raymond? It's fine. I'll figure something out. Welcome. Please make yourself at home here, kid. What's the latest, Nan? It turns out it's challenging to use my kitchen island, is it? My girl, I'm sorry about that. I saw a chef using one on TV and he made it look easier, kid. Are you talking about just cooking in general? Because, like, I totally get that. Anyway, that's Nan. Her house is pretty cute. She's got a beautiful classic, a grand piano. I couldn't remember what the words were. Anyway, it's got a DIY recipe there. Let's go. Oh, it's got a recipe in it. What new recipe are we going to learn, my friends? Ed, who was a question mark on my dreamy list, is teaching us how to make fish and chips. That's fabulous. Let's learn that one. Thank you. And we will start that recipe. Look at all the things that we know. Beautiful. All right. There's nothing on that palm tree. I'm just going to make my way slowly to the bottom of the river while also checking on these palm trees, right? I'm pretty sure that the golden stag is rare. I'm not sure about the giraffe stag though. And because I, for the longest time, didn't know that we needed to catch the giraffe stag, like I hadn't written it down from my journal, we could have even come across the giraffe stag and maybe I discounted it as something else. I'm going to catch this fish. Just because I have a feeling, right? So, unfortunately, my friends, like I said, every time I'm going to be catching a fish, we're going to be doing the de-docking method like I did earlier. So, it's going to be going lots of full screen tonight. I do apologize for it, but that's the only way that I seem to be able to do it. I think I'm going to need to cross the river, actually. Oh, it's not going to get that. Damn it. I'm going to have to move my orchard sign for a second so I can get a better angle. Is it going to get that? Yes. There we go, my friends. That's very good and exciting. Sorry, just getting my display settings right again for a second. Because, my friends, yes, I caught a snapping turtle. How can it snap without fingers? You do love to see the creature list getting smaller. I was hoping that that would be the case. That the creature list would get smaller, that the fish list specifically would. Okay, so that means we've got 3 more. Hold on, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 more that we can catch. That does include the giant trevally, right? Okie dokie. Yeah, I had to move my orchard sign for a second, just so I could get it in the corner there, have the best angle to get in the corner to get it. I'm still not set on this dirt path. I'm still not set on this little area. I don't know. I still need to work something out for that. But what I will do... maybe I could even... No, it's not going to be on that tree. It's only going to be on palm tree. Sorry, I saw a stag on that tree and it scared me. But it's not going to be any of the ones that I need. I'm just going to follow... Oh, that bug scares me every time. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. Maybe I should catch this fish because I think the... Well, I don't know. I can't tell if the piranha is a small or a medium because I've both got S and M written on my little notes there. So maybe I'll catch it. What other sizes do I have? I mean, the Dorado is very large. The saddled Bikir is large. And then there's a giant snakehead in the pond. No, sorry, there's the gar in the pond. So I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be one. Hold on. Let me just have a look for the piranha. I've got conflicting information in here, so I'm just going to have a look for the piranha to see firstly what time of day it is available, and secondly what shadow size it is. Alright. Okay, so it's from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. So the piranha is another one that can be caught from 9 p.m. That's why I had conflicting information, because it's from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and also 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. Conflicting. And then it's a size small, so that's going to be too big, that fish. Okay. So there was one I saw before that could have been it, actually. Good to know, good to know. All this information, good to know. Look at my beautiful little veggie patch. I still need to do some decorating bits and bobs to make it look better. So cute though. And my staircase. This is the first time I'm seeing it all since it was all built, right? That's so exciting. And it's very handy because it means I don't have to use my ladder to climb up here anymore. Oh my god, sorry. That clump of weeds scared me because it was moving. I thought it was a scorpion. I'm not completely immune to scorpions and being scared of them, right? But I'm definitely doing a lot better, right? I just want to come and check this part of the river. And then I also want to check on the palm trees on the beach on this side to see if we've got barreled. See if we've got any of the stags that I need on these trees for a second. I'm going to scare the other bugs away. Give them a better chance of spawning. Ooh, there's a fish with fins. I don't need it. But do I want to catch it? Kind of want to catch it. I'll see if I can do this with my AirPods in, even with the input lag, right? Oh, nearly just went for it then. Nah, can't do it. The input lag is too great with the AirPods in. It is what it is. Anyway, it's fine. Like I said, that one wasn't a necessary fish. That was just going to be a because I could, right? And I could not. Alright. We have nothing on the palm trees there, so I might ascend and we'll have a look at the Clifftop River up here, right? Because we could get all of the fish that I need to catch from the river up here. Oh, that's a cyclometer stag. It scared me. I forgot that I can check on the palm trees from up here. What's the next one doing? Is there anything on this one? No, nothing on that one. That's okay. Anyway, I don't need a cyclometer stag. Also, I kind of just want to see if we've got Wisp or Celeste. Oh, this could be a piranha. It's the right size for a piranha, so we're going to go for it and hope that it's a piranha. Sorry, just getting my notes all sorted for a future me. Alright. Let's give it a whirl, my friends. Ooh, right off the bat. Ooh. Oh, I got excited. I thought it was, but no, it's a crucian carp. Oh, good. My skills were sharp, though, because it was right off the bat, and I still managed to get it. Oh, good. I'm just going to see if it's going to want me to do the resync of the controller. No, it's happy. Oh, there it is. Spoke too soon. Oh, good. Anyway, I can't see Wisp or Celeste over there, but they could be further on in the shooting stars. Hold on. I need to wish on lots of shooting stars for Nook Miles. There's another small fish. There's more shooting stars. Are we going to have a cluster of shooting stars? Should I just sit here for a second? No? Okay. I'm going to try and catch this small fish. Oh, shooting stars. I just still have so many that I need to wish on. Like, I don't think we're at 100 yet for shooting stars. Hold on. Where are we? For Snow Maestro wishes come true. Oh, we're at 105. So I've got 95 more that I need to wish on. None right now. That's okay. I need to try and catch this fish, alright? Okay, here we go. Ooh, no, that's a freshwater goby. Okay. I got excited once again. But the freshwater goby, honestly, that looks bigger than I thought it would for a small shadow size. That's weird. Anyway, all good. There it is. Was waiting for that. That happens whenever I have to change my display settings on my monitor, which generally happens when I take my Switch out of the dock. My monitor settings change because it can't find the source anymore. It's fine. That's just technical, not difficulties, just technical little bits and bobs, right? Anyway, that was one fishing rod gone. I do have another one, but I completely forgot about the fact that I would probably need to make more fishing rods. I'm really hoping that we're going to have Wisp or Celeste. That would be nice. I mean, we got Shooting Stars, and Celeste comes on Shooting Star nights, but she doesn't always come on Shooting Star nights. It's always Shooting Star nights when she does come, but she doesn't come for all of them. Do I want to go for that one? I do. I do really want to. I mean, I've got nothing that's for the clifftop ponds, the clifftop river specifically, but it's still classed as a river, and it's a very large fish, so I need to try and catch it. I do apologize. Oh, that landed right on top of its head. It's not going to get that. Let's try that. Nope, that's not going to get it either. My goodness. Let's try this. Beautiful. Damn it! I thought it was going to do it the second time because it waited freaking forever in between that first nibble and second nibble. So I was like, surely it's going to get it on the second nibble. Alas, my friends, it did not. It did not do that. Anyway, now I've got to change my settings displays back on my monitor. It's just what I gotta do, and then I can see it's already asking for that. I'm disappointed because that one was a really big one. And also, I'm disappointed because there's no Wisp or Celeste from the looks of things. So where are they? I hear a balloon. Hold on, let me get a little bit closer to it. Beautiful. Because I do also need to shoot lots of balloons. What have we got? A range hood. For our kitchen. Hopefully it's a good one. Let me just see what we've got in palm trees. Well, not in, hopefully on the palm trees would be nice. Nothing on that one. What about down here, this way? I can't tell. That's probably just another saw stag, right? The colouring, I can't tell. I feel like I just need to get it just to be on the safe side. Better to be safe than sorry. Yeah, it's just another saw stag. That's fine. Alright, what about the last one down here? Nothing on that one. That's okay. Let's go back to looking at the river for more fishies. Maybe we can also check in at the pond and see if there's anything. Okay, well that could be a piranha, mayhaps. Mayhaps it could be. So we're going to de-dock and try to catch it. Alright, here we go. Damn it! That was a twitch of the finger. I twitched. I'm so annoyed at myself for that. And the last one as well. There was no point even going off of full screen. Or there was no point going full screen for that one. Anyway, it's fine. Is what it is. Alright. Let's make our way. Ooh. A couple. Which one do I want to go with first? I kind of want to go with the small one first and see if it's going to be a piranha. I'm like determined to catch this freaking piranha now. I'm so sorry that it's so quick in between going full screen and not, but I'm hoping it's not going to be a super jarring experience for you to watch. Whoa, that was quick. After all that, it was a freaking stone. Anyway, I'm not going to go back to full, like, the gameplay for a second. I'm just going to line up the other fish the bigger fish that we have down the way. I'm going to have to move my orchard sign once again to do it. Will it go for that? Yes. Whoa, right off the bat. Ah. See, this is what I was afraid would happen. That we would start off pretty strongly with a couple of new ones, and then it'd just be the same things that we've seen over and over again. Anyway, you don't know until you know. That's the problem. You just gotta try and hope for the best. But at least I do have 2 new fish, right? That's something. I'm hopefully not going to need to move my orchard sign again. Maybe I'll just leave it here for the minute just in case. We are going to go and check what's going on. Well, firstly, hold on. Let me just see. That's a real big guy. What do we got going on in the pond? Nothing. Okay, let's get the really big guy. I have to get the really big guy. That's huge. That's not going to be a black bass, right? Surely. Surely that's not going to be a black bass. Okay. Here we go. Whoa! Oh! We got stung by a mosquito. Right, when I was taking the switch out of the dock. Anyway, let's try and catch this fish. Hopefully it's going to go for that. It's not, is it? That's going to go right past it. Yep. I should have known. How about this? Hopefully that's going to be a better line. We're just going to have to wait a second for it to catch up to it. Don't you dare turn around right now. I will sing the never-ending story at you. Come on. Just a little bit closer. Thank you. Oh, it's big. It's vibrating like crazy. Oh, it's an arapaima. There we go, it's an arapaima, okay. Well look, we've caught a few arapaimas, but I'm always happy to see them because they sell for good money with CJ, so. There it is. Beautiful arapaima. There we go. I knew it was a really big fish. I knew my eyes were not deceiving me, my friends. I don't want to get bitten by another mosquito. Go away. Alright, do I maybe want to... Maybe I'll throw some bait in the pond for a second. See if we can catch this gar, right? That's pretty big. What size is the gar? Is it a large or a very large? I can take my time with this because, I mean, it's only going to swim around the pond, right? It's very large. That could be very large, right? I don't know. I'm going to give it a try. Oh, sorry, I didn't do the... Hold on, my notes. Alright, sorry, now I can try go for it. It just turned around right when I cast the line. And it just turned again when I cast the line. I'm going to go in the middle then and hopefully... Hopefully it's going to turn its little head. It's not now that I've cast in the middle, is it? Come on. I'm missing shooting stars. I hear them. Oh, there's clusters of them. Come on, turn around, you silly fish. You better be a good one and not just a catfish. Turn around. Turn around. Look at what you see. There we go. I sang the never-ending story. Now turn around. Hold up your end of the deal. Thank you. It's just a freaking catfish. I missed a wishing star, shooting star cluster for a catfish. I'm going to walk away from the pond for a second because that's just made me a little mad. A little peeved. That one's not going to be anything, so I'm going to scare that one away. Well, it's going to be something, but it's not going to be something I need. So, I will ascend the cliffs in a second. I'm going to scare that one away. It's not going to be what I need. Just want to see what's going on over here. You're not going to be what I need. Go away. Thank you. Nothing over there. Okay. Let's head back over and just see if anything else has spawned in the pond. After having a look down here. Okay, but there's nothing little I need in the pond, so you can go right the hell away. Thank you. Not another freaking... Also, not a little one. That's a waste of bait. Also, not another freaking... I didn't think it was going to give me a fish then. I thought I was just going to be scammed. I thought I was just scammed. I'm just going to catch this mosquito so it doesn't freaking bite me. Come here. Gotcha. Also, I think I have Nook Miles Plus for catching fish. Fabulous. Ooh, so, buy for 5,000 bells. I've already spent money. I'm not going to spend any more. I'm going to scare this little fish away because I don't need little fish in the pond at night. There's literally only one fish in the pond that I need at night, and it is the gar. And that is a large shadow. Or a very large shadow. That might be it. Let's hope it is. Let's hope it's not another catfish. That looks pretty large to me, right? That looks large and in charge. Alright, we're going to see. I'm going to hope that that's going to turn its head towards it. It did. Whoa, right off the bat. Another freaking catfish. It's dumb. I'm not going to dock again for a second. I'm just going to throw some more bait. That one's a small, like a medium shadow, so it's not going to be what I need. I'm so sorry to do this to you guys. That's a small one. I'm going through my bait very quickly here. That's another small one. I thought I was getting scammed again. Just give me a really big one and have it be a gar. That would be so nice. That's a teeny tiny one. That'll probably be a tadpole. I've got 8 bait left after this. Making new bait was really not on my list of things to do tonight. It keeps giving me all the medium-sized fish now. And it's a tiny one. Goodness gracious. I have 5 bait left. Another teeny tiny one. I can't tell what size that is, so I might catch that. I can't tell looking at it on the small screen whether it's a large one or not. Okay, it has. Whoa, right off the bat. It's another freaking catfish. Give me the gar, for goodness sake. I have 3 bait left. That's a teeny tiny one. 2 bait left. Another teeny tiny one. I literally have 1 bait left. And it's small. Great. I'm not making any more bait tonight, which means we're not going to get the giant trevally tonight, which means we're probably not going to get the gar unless we're able to catch it naturally. I'm just annoyed about it. 18 bait. And what do I have to show for it? Catfish. I've been catfished by the catfish. Where is that balloon? Is it over the water? It is over the water. Look, I'm going to ascend the cliffs Oh, that's a big guy. That's a big guy. I need to try and catch the big guy. I'm so sorry. Alright, here we go. Oh, it's another snapping turtle. I mean, look. I'm starting to get concerned that we're not going to get anything else new. I am starting to get very concerned. Is it going to ask? Yes, there it is. I should just know that it will always ask. Can I get that balloon yet? I hear it coming. How far away is it? Still too far away, right? There it is. I see the shadow. It's nearly over land. I'll get it in a second. Oh, it actually is over land. I didn't think it was yet. Thanks. Was it actually over land that whole time? And I thought it was over water? That's crazy. Anyway, a basketball tank. No thanks. I don't think I will ever use that. Anyway, oh, shooting star. Got it just in time. We're going to have a cluster. I might just have a drink for a second. While we might be having a shooting star cluster. Oh, yes, we are. Indeed, having a shooting star cluster. I'm going to make some wishes in a second. Of course, after I say I'm going to make some wishes, there's no more shooting stars, right? Alright, that's fine. I guess I won't be making any wishes. I was just going to wish to get more fish. That's all I was going to wish for. That's not going to be what I need. Thank you. I'm going to have a busy morning on the beaches getting all the shooting star fragments. That is also not going to be what I need. Let's head over to the other river. Oh, that's a cicada shell. It's all good. I don't need to catch one of them. I've already caught one. It could be a piranha. I have to try for it, my friends. I don't know how much longer I'm going to spend on fishing. Just I would also really like to get into the diving as well and trying to catch the stags. I'm thinking of going to a Nook Island for the stags. Because we've had a lot of really good luck with the bugs on the Nook Island because you're able to clear them so easily and much quicker than you are your normal island. So I'm thinking of doing that. Sorry, hold on one second. Okay, cool. Let's try and get this little guy and hope that it's going to be a piranha. An empty can. How really not helpful. Now that I've got trash fishing, that Nook Miles achievement, I'm like not impressed by the trash anymore. I do not want it. I just don't want it anymore. Right, how are we going for our palm trees? Nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. Why do I get the feeling there's going to be nothing on this last one as well? Oh, I'm correct, my friends. What about in the rivers? We've got a small one. I am just... getting tired of having to de-dock, but I have to de-dock because the input lag is that bad that I just can't not. I have to. Oh, it just swam past it right as I cast. please. Okay, well look. At least it wasn't a piece of rubbish. Oh, but that is my other fishing rod all gone. So I'm going to need to go home and make another fishing rod. I also need to go home and make another net because I think I don't have any nets anymore, just in case I have scorpions show up again. Right. There it is. All right, let's go home, make some more fishing rods and another net. Maybe another couple nets. Also, yeah, I've been looking for things on my palm trees as if I was going to be able to catch them, and I couldn't because I don't have any nets. It's all good. I will in a second. Let's craft. Let's make some fishing rods. I love this multi-crafting, and I also love the ability to be able to just craft with the resources in your home storage. You don't have to have the resources in your pocket anymore. It's amazing. Alright, and some nets as well. I'll just make 2. Because I know exactly what I'm looking for the bugs. I won't need more than 2. Right, I don't know why I went back in to craft more. I don't need to. You can go away, thank you. I don't need to catch you, whatever you are. Also, you can go away too. I don't need to catch you. There's a little fish over there. I need to catch it, because if I don't, the odds are that it would be a piranha. The one small fish that I decide not to catch would be the piranha, right? Alright, here we go. Okay. Well, right off the bat. It's another freaking crucian carp. I mean, you guys, I'm really stoked that we've got 2 new things. That's fabulous. But I really kind of need to at least catch the other fish that can be caught after 9 o'clock, right? Because I don't normally play this late. What is that fish? That fish is the saddled bikir. B-I-C-H-I-R that I don't know how to pronounce. That one. I have to catch that. So that I don't have to play after 9 o'clock again. Anyway, let me just go and check the palm trees. I'm going to scare that one away because that's not going to be what I need. Although maybe that one was a large shadow. I didn't have a very good look at it. Have we got nothing? Have we got nothing on the other one? Yep, big fat nothing. Why am I not surprised by that? This is why I need to be hunting for those 2 bugs on the mystery islands. Alright, let's see what we've got in Clifftop Rivers, right? Nothing? Oh, I was going to say absolutely nothing, but there's one. Literally one fish, and it's a decent size, so I'm going to go for it. Alright. Ow. Sorry, my hand just had a weird crampy thing. It was weird. Please. It's a dace. The Animal Crossing gods are not smiling upon me tonight. There it is. I'm going to try and just catch it, even with the input lag, right? I'm going to try and catch it. Maybe I'll try and keep my eyes open. That was weird. I didn't like it. I didn't like fishing with my eyes open. It did not feel right. But I was able to do it. I think that's a saw stag over there, right? Yeah, that's definitely a saw stag. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see the colouring on it is very red down the bottom of it especially. That's a saw stag. How about this one? We have nothing on that palm tree. Okie dokie. Alright, well let's cross the bridge and see if we can get anything new in that river, right? How much space do I have? Oh, no space. Let's run home, drop off my snapping turtle. There's an atlas moth on that tree. I don't need it. Nothing on that one. Alright, gonna drop you off. We're gonna drop off the rest of the fish that we have. And the bugs as well, of course. Oh, I'm just getting disheartened. I mean, I'm not super stressed because like I've mentioned before, none of these things have to be caught by the end of January. If they were, we would be in trouble because it's nearly the end of January. But they don't have to be caught by the end of January. Some of these things I don't think even have to be caught by the end of February. The stags, though, are a different story. The golden stag and the giraffe stag, they both have to be caught by the end of February. So, I mean, I've still got a full month, although I say that, and February is the shortest month of the year. But it's fine. I just desperately need to rearrange my pockets, right? That's a mess. A big mess. And this is going to be such a more organized... It just looks so much better when it's organized, right? Beautiful. Okay, let's get back out there. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm going to fish for. We're coming up to an hour and a half. So maybe I'll do another 10 minutes of fishing. See what we can get in 10 minutes. And then I'll switch to maybe some diving. We'll do some diving next because I've got 4 things that I could potentially get from diving. 4 things that I would really like to get from diving, including something that is available after 9 o'clock. So that one's kind of essential to catch so that I don't have to play after 9 o'clock again. All right. I'm just going to follow the river. I'm going to try and get this with my eyes open again, okay? It's going to be weird. I'm so tired of de-docking. It's not even going to go for it, is it? Let me come from this lower angle. Okay, here we go. It's just weird. I am tired. Tired of the stones. Tired of it not being fish. Tired. I'm also just going to check this palm tree down the end here. Nothing on it. Okay. Does that look large? Or does it look medium? It kind of looks I don't know. I can't tell. I can't tell the size of shadows sometimes. That looks kind of medium to me. But then I bring it down and it looks large. I'm going to try and go for it again with my eyes open. Damn it, I thought it was going to go for it then. My bad. Once it changed angle and was going from above looking down, I was like, there is no way I'm going to get this with my eyes open. Alright, let me quickly check the palm trees. Yep, that's another saw stag. Because it was very red at the bottom. Nothing on that one. Okie dokie. Let me just go back down and have a look a bit at this river. We will ascend the cliffs after traversing this part of the river. Alright, let's go. Ugh, that giant water bug creeps me out every single time. It's so gross. There's another one. That's disgusting. I hate it. That's the one that stings you and injects stuff with its butt. With its butt stinger. Gross. I don't need you. You can go right the hell away. I can't tell if that looks large or not. I'm gonna try for it. Ooh! I don't like fishing with my eyes open. I'm tired of the trash. Enough of the freaking trash when there are so many fish that I could catch. Stop it with the trash. Damn it! I thought it was gonna get it on that fourth one. Drive me crazy. I can't fish with my eyes open. You better not be a boot. It's a dace. Okay, well at least it was an actual fish this time. It just was the wrong size of fish. You know what? I think I'm going to give up on the fishing. I know I said 10 minutes. That's only 5 minutes away. But, like, I am just ready to have a better time than what I'm currently having. Because I just feel so defeated by the fish. Where are they all? Why do they not want to be my friends? I'm asking again. That one's a really big one. I'm going to de-dock for that one. I can't risk it. Okay. I was about to take my glasses off. No, I just need to take my AirPods out so I can hear. I don't know if it's going to go for that. We'll have a look. No, of course it's not. Why would it just do the thing for me? Why would it ever just do the thing for me? And now it's turned around. It's turned around. You see? Come back over, please. My bobber can't go any further than that. I'm going to have to recast. Because this silly fish. Be my friend. And also be something new. Please. A little bit closer. Oh my gosh, this freaking fish. What, are you too snobby for my bobber? Thank you. Oh, right off the bat, be something new. I have no words, my friends. I have no words. I'm giving up on fishing. At this point, I know that I haven't taken a thumbnail for the video yet, and I'm kind of just thinking of taking a thumbnail of me looking sad in front of the water, right? Because, like, what else do I have to show for this episode, right? It's me looking sad in front of the water. That one looks freaking huge to me. It's probably gonna be another black bass, though. Like it does. That looks freaking gantic. I've gotta do it. I'm sorry, friends. I'm sorry. No, that's not correct. Oh my goodness, that was a bit of a mess. I do apologize. I will get it together in a second, my friends, okay? please don't be a black bass. Okay, well, it's another snapping turtle. Okay. But my friends, I think that's it. I'm giving up on fishing right now. I've had enough. I want to move on to other things. Do I take that as the thumbnail, though? Maybe if I go and stand... Maybe if I stand on my bridge here, because we can see... I can do it kind of like this. Oh no, I need to stand further this way. Hold on. Zoom in, bring it down. Bring it up a little bit, that's too far down. And then I can stand sort of in the middle of the bridge and cry. No, I don't like that actually. The bridge is not it. I don't know where else to pose with my fishing rod. So maybe I won't do that as thumbnail. Look, I just don't know what I'm going to do for the thumbnail of this video. Maybe I'll just get in the water, do some diving and hope that we can have better luck out there, right? But I should probably offload my pockets first. No, I'm not going for that fish. Oh, the Goliath beetle scared me. I just saw that there was something on the palm tree. I'm like, what is it? Just a Goliath beetle. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's put these things away. And then we're going to go for a dive. Now, let me tell you about the creatures that we can catch diving tonight. We've got 4. They are all available to be caught right now. So that's exciting. We have the potential to catch a tiger prawn. It is a small shadow and it moves at a medium pace. We have the potential to catch a moon jellyfish. It's available all day, which means it's available right now. By the way, the tiger prawn is available from 4 p.m. But the moon jellyfish available all day. It is small, shadow, and it moves very slow. Okay, but that's a very big fish from the pier. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if I caught a giant trevally right now? Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I have to try. I have to try. Because I don't even have any bait. Could you just imagine? It's probably not going to be. I'm putting it out there. It's probably not going to be. But I just, you know, you don't get presented with these opportunities very often. So I'm just going to take the opportunity. It's vibrating. Look, I just don't think I have any words once again because it was a freaking sea bass. Anyway. It's so fine. I'm not salty about it or anything. Anyway, back to the creatures. The moon jellyfish, as I was talking about, available all day. It is a small shadow and it moves very slowly. We have the giant isopod, which I believe is available from 9 p.m. till 4 a.m. and then from 4... I don't know. Look, I can't remember. I think it's the same as the piranha, right? 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then 4 p.m. till 9 a.m.? Yes. No. I don't know. That's the way I have it written here, but that doesn't make sense. Anyway, I'm pretty sure we can catch it now. It is a medium shadow and it moves very fast. And then there's the horseshoe crab, which is available from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. is a medium shadow size. I can just dive in anywhere off here, I think. Yes. That's the first time I've dived off the new pier. We've got bubbles immediately. Let's see what's going to be our first diving creature. We haven't been diving in a minute. It's going to be a whelk for the first one. Okay, Mr. Whelk. It's all good. Let's So yeah, this is going to be my first time diving in a really long time, but also since we got the hotel update and the pier extends so far out into the ocean now. Ooh, we got bubbles going haywire. Is this going to be something good? It's big, but I can't even see the shadow size. It's the horseshoe crab. Fabulous. Yes! I caught a horseshoe crab. That is so good. That was the one sea creature that was available after 9 p.m. So that means I don't have to dive after 9 p.m. anymore. So good. What a fantastic start for diving. Hopefully we can continue on a very good trend. I caught a horseshoe crab. I hope it's lucky. I hope we're lucky now. I'm hoping it's the start of something very, very good. Alright, 3 more sea creatures to catch. This is a big shadow. Oh, it's an abalone. No worries, that's totally fine. I've got to swim so far around the pier, right? Because it goes so far out. Hi, Cap'n. I will eventually go on a Cap'n tour with you again. Not right now. Is that 10 o'clock? Shut up. There is no way it's 10 o'clock right now. It's 10 o'clock right now. That's crazy. My fringe looks awful. You guys didn't tell me. I can't see the bubbles behind the hotel. Alright, what is this? Ah, it's going to be the acorn barnacle. Forgot the words for a second there. All good. Do I have anything down here? No, nothing in the little inlet there. That's really cute, actually. I have made a decision about the hotel and when I'm going to start decorating the rooms. I think that I would like to start doing some of the Happy Home Paradise DLC first, just because you unlock all sorts. This is the tiger prawn. Hell yes, yes! I caught a tiger prawn. I ain't lying. I sure ain't lying. That's so good. And just cross that off the list, and then we have 2 sea creatures to catch. The moon jellyfish and the giant isopod. Fabulous. Okay, anyway, I would like to start with doing at least a couple of the Happy Home Paradise DLC stuff first, just because there's so much furniture that can be unlocked through that, and like use of columns and room dividers and stuff that you can't get just from standard Animal Crossing, right? And I would like to have those things available, or just more options available to me when decorating the hotel rooms, which is also why I've been going so crazy in getting the wallpaper and flooring and stuff that I don't have in my catalog, and trying to get a good catalog of all of that stuff. So after we finish doing the stalk market stuff, which is hopefully going to be in a couple weeks, I've got one amiibo video that's going to be coming out, and then we're going to get started doing a couple of the Happy Homes DLC stuff. And then after like 2 or 3 maybe, then we'll start doing the hotel, because I'm hoping we're going to have a better catalogue of furniture by then. Maybe not. Maybe I'll need to do more of the Happy Homes DLC. I'm not sure until I start it, because I've never played the Happy Home Paradise DLC before. There's a shark. Don't eat me. That's very accurate to Australia right now. I've mentioned it before, but we are shark season, summer in Australia, and local to where I live, we quite often, something's moving very fast. And it's huge. Oh my god, what is that? I have something that's... No, it's something that's not on my list, because I don't have anything that is a very large shadow. I have something that's medium and moves very fast, but not something that's large and moves very fast. That shadow is massive, okay? I'm not sure what this is going to be. Let's get it, though. Oh, it's the Gigas Giant Clam! That is fantastic. They sell, I think it's like 15,000 bells that they sell for. They're very pricey, so I'm happy to have one of them to put in my storage at home to eventually be able to sell and make lots of bells with. It scared me because I knew that that was huge, and I was like, wait on a second, let me just check my list for the criteria, right? But yeah, I'm excited to explore more gameplay that I haven't explored before. And that is like the Happy Homes Paradise DLC, and then eventually the hotel. Like, I'm just excited for more gameplay, especially because like I don't have a Switch 2. I don't ever plan on getting a Switch 2, Because I don't play enough Switch games to warrant getting a Switch 2. And so there's content that for Animal Crossing already that I don't have because I don't have a Switch 2, right? I kind of hate that, but you know, I guess that's just how Nintendo do, right? It's fine. I mean, they're not like massive features that I was missing. It's just like the megaphone to call your villages and also just like the graphics update really are the only things that I was sort of would have liked to have had, but it's fine. I don't think the graphics is terrible on Switch 1, right? Anyway, it's all good. Yeah, so that's the plan. We'll finish up the Stalk Market, do my Amiibo video. Hello, another horseshoe crab. I love that. And then we'll get into some Happy Homes Paradise DLC. I'll do a few of them, get some new furniture and features unlocked, and then we'll start looking into the hotel. And I am going to do a separate series for the Happy Homes DLC, so it won't be like I come in and go, hello, welcome back to Animal Crossing. Today we're going to do a little bit of gameplay and then a Happy Homes DLC. I'm going to do specific dedicated videos for the Happy Homes DLC. That's going to be separate. So you can watch them separately at any time. You don't have to watch them as a part of the timeline of Sezurbia, right? And I'll do the same with the hotel as well. They'll be separate dedicated videos. I can't do shooting stars in the water. Of course I can't, because A makes you swim. Silly Billy. I'm going to miss out on the shooting stars while I'm diving, but it is what it is. Okay, so just looking at what I've got left. We've got the moon jellyfish that's small and moves very slow. And the giant isopod that is medium but moves very fast. So if we see something that's a medium shadow and is making us give great chase, we could pretty much guarantee it's going to be the giant isopod. And if we see something small that's moving pretty slow, I mean, there's multiple things it could be. So let's hope it's a moon jellyfish, right? We're getting lots of mussels. That's totally fine. How am I going for space in my pockets? Oh, 4 more. I'm kind of thinking maybe if we can get towards the North Beach. How far are we from the North Beach? We're not far. I might go and offload some stuff once we get to the North Beach, just because I don't want to fill my pockets and then get a scallop and not be able to see Pascal because my pockets are full. So I'll just grab this last thing here. Maybe the other one that's just further up as well I'll get as well. Because that should be my pockets full anyway, I think. And then we'll go and offload some stuff. So that I don't miss out on Pascal, just because we don't dive very often. And I don't want to miss out on a Pascal opportunity. If there's going to be a Pascal opportunity, that's the moon jellyfish. Oh my gosh. Yes. I got a moon jellyfish. Now to find a sun peanut butter fish. My friends, that's amazing. We are having such good luck with our sea creatures. We have 1 more sea creature. And you know what? I'm even going to check on the time that it's available, because like the way I've written it is really, really confusing. Do I have space for 1 more? I do have space for 1 more. Let's just grab this on the way out. Okay. Oh, thank God we're going to be able to see Pascal. I got a scallop. It ought to be savored. Literally the last space I had in my pockets, right? Hi, Pascal. Hey, man, about that scallop of yours. Can I have it? You sure can, my guy. Here you go. Whoa, thanks for your generosity, man. You're so welcome, my guy. I slipped you something cool in exchange. I've heard that, like, as a part of this as well, I don't know if this is true, we're going to check it out, but that Pascal will always give you pearls now. I don't know. I don't know if that was a part of the update. We'll find out in a second, I suppose. I was going to slip you a pearl too, but your pockets are full, man. Well, there we go. That's okay. I don't need the pearl. I'd rather just have what you're going to give me. Anyway, let me lay some truth on you, the deep kind. Feel this. Wherever you are, whether you're in a house or in your own head, make it comfy. You be good to you, man. Oh, Pascal, I love that. My guy, what a philosophy. That's, yes. Yes, I like that. Wrap your noodle around that. Yep, today is a good day. Well, it didn't start out super great for me. I was a bit grumpy, but now I'm feeling a whole lot better now that we've only got one more sea creature to catch, right? Alright. So, what recipe did we get from Pascal? The mermaid bed. I'm going to learn it. See, I don't know if we can use the furniture that we learn from recipes in decorating for both happy homes and for decorating the hotel. I don't know that. I don't know whether it's recipes that we've learnt or if it's only furniture that you can buy, right? That can be used. I have no idea. Oh, I can also, hold on, I'm neglecting the shooting stars. I've just remembered now that we are on the land. Hold on, let me just ascend one more. And let me just descend because then I won't need my ladder anymore. Alright, let's start running home. And I'll be able to shoot a balloon. And also wish on shooting stars if I can do that. Thank you. What do we get in the balloon? A ball. That's a ball. It was very nondescript, that's all. I just wanted to know what kind of ball. Anyway, all good. I'm stoked with how easy diving has been tonight. If we could just catch the giant isopod, I would be absolutely stoked because then we wouldn't need to do any more diving for the foreseeable future. Alright, can I chuck my tiger prawn up there? Thank you. And can I chuck my horseshoe crab right here? Thank you. Does it need a bigger space? Oh! Oh! I wasn't expecting it to just be on the ground. That kind of weirds me out, actually. I'm going to swap it around. I'm going to put the horseshoe crab up here because that kind of freaks me out. Sorry. It's not your fault, horseshoe crab. I just wasn't expecting that. Pop that there, and then we'll be able to pop the moon jellyfish on top of that. So many things that I've got to donate to Blathers. I love that. Let's go put everything else away in the inventory, and then we'll be able to get back to the North Beach and go and do some more diving. Also, I do want to check out the giant isopod as well and just see what the go is. Is it available now? Am I doing this at the wrong time of day? I have no idea. Giant isopod. SENH, thank you. Let me put everything else away. Oh, okay. They're the ones that kind of look like slaters. They're rare, apparently. But can you tell me more about what time of day, right? That's what I do want to know. Yeah, I can picture them so vividly now that I know what it is I'm looking for. They remind me of really big slaters. And by that, I mean, I guess Animal Crossing calls them pillbugs. We call them slaters in Australia. Okay. All day, 9 AM to 4 PM or 9 PM to 4 AM. I'm correct. So this is another one that can be caught after 9 PM. I have to catch it right now. Okay? That would be really nice anyway, but it's a rare one, so... There's a freaking scorpion. Okay, I wasn't expecting it. It's just like I said, when I am not expecting it, that's when they scare me. Okay, there it is. It's alright. I haven't got my net out yet, so I can relax. I've got my net out now, so let's just get into... I was going to say I'll wait for it to get into a better position. Thank you. Oh, we are going to have a very good money time selling to Flick then. Because I've got so many wasps, and this will be my 3rd scorpion, I think? Maybe even my 4th for this week. And that's even considering I got spooked by one. And it bit me, right? Gotcha. Alright, well, we're going to go home and drop that one off really quick because I want as much space in my pockets as I can possibly get. I'm also going to check out how many scorpions I have in my inventory, just because I'm intrigued to know, right? Here, creatures all the way down. Scorpions will always be at the end. Yeah, I've got 4 scorpions. Look at that. That's so good. And how many wasps do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're going to have a great money week next time Flick comes around. That's going to be so good. Or a great, I shouldn't say money week, just a money time. Because he might not come next week, right? He might not. I'm not sure if he came this week. I didn't play every day this week. Having a shooting star shower moment? Yep, sure are. I'm happy to do it. I missed out on one before, so... Okay, I'm going to start making my way back to the North Beach. Music is so chill at 10 p.m, right? That being said, I've never played the game. I think I've heard people say that 3 a.m.'s tune is nice, or is it 5 a.m.'s tune that's nice? I've never played the game at those times, right? Are we near the North Beach? We are near the North Beach. All good. I had a feeling it was just past that big rock. I think the latest I've ever played, is midnight when New Year's happens, right? But on a normal day when it's not New Year's, I think the latest I've played is like 11 till 12. And that was trying to catch some specific fish that have to be caught after 11 p.m. Did I catch them already? I can't remember if I already caught them. I know I caught something that had to be caught after 11 p.m. Hi, Pascal. You're back again, my friend. Are you coming to give me a pearl this time? What's up? Do we have multiple opportunities in a day to give Pascal scallops now? I love this. Take them, my guy. Give me more recipes and more tidbits of wisdom. Oh, I swapped it for the pearl I couldn't hand over earlier. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's not multiple times. Maybe it's just because we couldn't do the pearl before. Anyway, you made me real happy today. Oh my guy. You make me real happy all the time. No more bits of wisdom. So that's good to know though. That's good to know though. I love that. Anyway, we're missing out on another shooting star shower, right? But the giant isopod, it's got to be out here somewhere. I'm hoping it's going to be real easy to catch. Sometime soon would be super good. No, that's not moving real fast. It's the moon jellyfish. It's so cute. So just as a refresher, the giant isopod is a medium shadow size and it moves very fast. So if we see something that's moving really quickly, that's a medium shadow, we can be pretty much guaranteed. Because I don't think there's many medium shadows that move incredibly fast. Anyway, all good. I'm down for the dive, my friends. I am down for the dive. I think I want to share with you a couple of little funny... No, I was like, we're not moving incredibly fast, right? But I was like, maybe that's it. Just before I tell the stories I was going to tell you, right? A couple of little funny moments from my childhood, just like classically iconic stories that I remember, right? So maybe I'll tell you about the first time I flew in an airplane. Or first time I went on a plane, right? I was 9, I think. 8 or 9. I was in the 3rd grade, so I think I was 9. Sorry, there was a big bang somewhere and I was like, what was that? I don't know what that was. Anyway, my family and I were going on a holiday to Sydney, and, you know, I live in Melbourne, and if you're unaware, the flight from Melbourne to Sydney is very short. It's only like a 45-minute flight. But I'd never flown before, and, you know, parents, they tell you what to expect, but they can never truly prepare you for what's going to happen, right? So my parents told my sister and I that, you know, sometimes your ears can get really sore after flying because the pressure in your ears and all that stuff, right? And so they were like, to make your ears not hurt as much, you can chew on like some gum or chew on a lolly. I didn't want like gum, but they're like, you could suck on a lolly. And so we have these lollies in Australia, and I might have to put up a picture. Okay, that crab just kind of scared me for a second. I was like, where is it going? Fruit tingles, these lollies. They're so yummy. I love fruit tingles. They're kind of like they look like a little capsule lolly, like a, kind of like a lifesaver, but not a lifesaver. They don't have a hole in the middle. But they are hard like a lifesaver. But when you generally suck on them because they're a little bit fizzy in your mouth. That's why they're called fruit tingles, because it kind of is like a tingle in your mouth. They come in all sorts of nice fruity flavors. They're yum. They're a lolly. So we're seated. I'm sitting next to my dad. My sister's sitting next to my mum. I've got a fruit tingle in my mouth. And we are ready to go. Like, the plane starts moving. It's all good. Totally fine. I'm like 8 or 9 years old, remember. I was not prepared for how fast, I guess, the plane was gonna go. Like, I knew it'd have to go fast, but like the G-forces of it all, and then like the angle when you take off, I guess I just wasn't prepared. And so I bit down so hard on this fruit tingle in my mouth. Get up, because it's not going the way I want it to. Anyway, I bit down so hard on this fruit tingle that I lost a tooth. Why can't I not get this freaking creature? Yeah, I lost a tooth. So the chaos of, we are taking off. I bite down, I feel a big crunch, and then I can taste blood. And so I'm like scared because we're taking off in this plane and there's blood in my mouth. And so I'm trying to get my dad's attention. He's also just trying to be chill taking off. So he looks over, and the way he describes it to me is he sees blood in the corners of my mouth, and he thought that I'd bit my tongue. And so he's like, oh my God, are you okay? What's happened? And I'm like through like a mixture of fruit tingle, blood, and saliva, and a tooth somewhere in my mouth. I'm trying to tell him that I've lost my tooth. And so my dad always carries a handkerchief on him. And so he pulls out his hanky and he's like, here, try and fix what's going on in your mouth. And then we managed to salvage my tooth because, of course, I am like 8 or 9 years old. My biggest concern is we are not going to be at home. How is the tooth fairy going to find my tooth if we are not going to be at home? And that's when I was told that it doesn't matter where you are, the tooth fairy will know where your tooth is and come to where your tooth is. But that's just like, I can't imagine being my dad who's flying with his child who's never flown before. And like, I was a shy and kind of easily afraid kid as well. So like, that was probably stressful to begin with. And then you just like, she's like eagerly trying to grab your attention, and you look over and you just see blood in the corners of her mouth. It's the chaos of that. Anyway, that was the first time I flew on a plane. And the tooth fairy was, of course, able to find my tooth, because that's how she does, right? Oh, I hate the pencil slate urchins. I hate them. I hate them. I can't look at them. They still remind me of fingers. Anyway, so yeah, that's that story. I have since flown multiple times with no issues. I just don't like taking off though. The angle that you have to go on, and it kind of feels like, I know I'm not free falling because I'm sitting in a seat, but it kind of just feels like I'm going to free fall, and I just don't like that feeling. Just the angle is not particularly pleasant. I'm fine once I'm up in the air. I'm fine with landing. I just don't like the takeoff. Anyway, that was that. And then I guess another story I could tell you that's an iconic one from my childhood. Oh, it's really funny. This one still gives me the giggles. So my mum was driving me to school one day. My sister must have been sick because she wasn't in the car and I was sitting in the front seat, and that would never happen. I was never able to sit in the front seat because my sister was older than me, so she always had to sit in the front seat, right? That's just how it goes when you're not the oldest sibling, right? But I was sitting in the front seat, so she must have been sick and not going to school that day or something. Anyway. Oh, I can't see what shadow size this is, but we are giving some chase. Oh, it's a tiger prawn. That's okay. Anyway, with my mum in the car on the way to school, and this was, I probably would have been about 6 or 7, probably 7. And it was around the time that the song Beautiful Day by U2 was released. And because it was a U2 song, you know, U2 gets a lot of airplay on the radio. I had been hearing that song so constantly, and I was just getting a bit tired of it. And I didn't know that the band was called U2. I had no idea. I didn't know that, right? I'm 7. That's not what I'm caring about, right? So I say in an exasperated voice to my mum, oh, I hate this song. And my mum responds to me with something that is now not true, but something that I like, anyway, it'll make sense in a second once I tell you what she said. She goes, I hate you too. Now, in the context, she was saying that she doesn't like the band U2, which now is not true. She doesn't mind U2 now, but back then I guess she, for some reason, didn't like U2. But 7-year-old me did not know that the band was called U2. So 7-year-old me thought that my mum was really angry that I said I didn't like that song. And just the way she said it, oh, I hate you too. I thought my mum was telling me that she hated me. So I start hysterically crying in the front seat of the car on the way to school, and my mum looks over and she goes, what's wrong? What's wrong? Is everything okay? What's wrong? And I'm just like, you just said you hated me. And she's like, what? Where did that even come from? I did not say I hate you. And I said, you said I hate you too. And my mum goes, oh no. No. I wasn't saying that I hate you. The band that sings this song is called U2. And I was saying that I hate the band U2. And then, of course, all was right in my world. But for a solid, minute, I was convinced that my mom hated me because I said I didn't like this song. It makes me laugh every time I think about it. It's so funny. And then another classic me moment from my childhood that I can tell you about. I will go back for those bubbles in a second. I just had a feeling we're close to the corner, are we? No, okay, well, I'm going to go back for those bubbles then. Classic childhood moment from me. So, I don't know about you guys and how it would work at your school around the world, but for me and my primary school that I went to, sort of like elementary school age, I guess, for Americans, but we, every Wednesday at my primary school, the school bell would ring first thing in the morning, and we would have a whole school assembly every week on a Wednesday. And at that whole school assembly, there would be announcements for things that were going on with the school during the week, or if students had gotten achievements during the week, they would be highlighted during the whole school assembly. But also during these assemblies, we would have to sing the national anthem. Oh, my pockets are full. I didn't realize my pockets are full. I'm going to let that go then. We would have to sing the whole school assembly, which if you're unfamiliar with Australia's national anthem, which is what I was supposed to say, we had to sing the national anthem at the whole school assembly. If you're unfamiliar with Australia's national anthem, the first few lines are, Australians all let us rejoice, for we are young and free? Why can I not remember? It's been that long since I've sung the national anthem, I suppose. For we are... Is it wild and free? Surely it's not wild and free. Surely it's young and free. Why am I blanking on the words for the national anthem right now? Anyway, that line is not important. It's the first line that is important to this story. Australians all let us rejoice, okay? That's the line that is important to this story. So this story takes place when I was probably 5 or 6 years old. Like, I hadn't been going to school for very long. I was still very new to school and I was still learning the national anthem. But I proudly one day was at my grandparents' house and it was like a family gathering. So I don't know, maybe it was like someone's birthday or something. Because it was, I mean, it wasn't uncommon to have the whole family there, but like my aunties and uncles and everything, like everyone was there. And so 5 or 6 year old me proudly exclaims that I've been learning the national anthem at school. And so, of course, everyone wants to then hear me sing the national anthem. So I start singing the national anthem. And after the first line, Australians all let us rejoice, everyone just bursts out laughing. And me, I was a shy and also really sensitive kid. And so I see all of my family seemingly laughing at me and I start crying because I'm like, why are you laughing at me? What have I done wrong? And I'm like embarrassed even though I don't know what I've done wrong. I just know that everyone is laughing at me, right? And it's because I did not think that the first line of the national anthem was Australians all let us rejoice. My 5 to 6 year old brain very confidently sang, Australians all eat ostriches. Because that's what my brain thought it was. Australians all eat ostriches. And for some reason, my 5 to 6 year old brain didn't think that it would be weird for Australians to all eat ostriches, even though I was Australian and my whole family is Australian and I'd never seen any of us eat ostriches. Anyway, Australians all eat ostriches, for we are wild and free. I think it is wild and free. With golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. For history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In golden something, and let us sing Advance Australia Fair. That's the first verse of the national anthem. But yeah, Australians all eat ostriches. But yeah, just me was so embarrassed. And then even when I was told that it was not Australians all eat ostriches, I was then still really embarrassed that I'd got it wrong and everyone was still laughing and I was really upset because that's the kind of kid that I was. Now I look back and it's really funny. Time does that, right? So those are some funny stories from my childhood. I'm trying to think if there's any more that I can think of off the top of my head. Probably. Let me just look at my talking points list that I have. There might be some more on there that I've forgotten about. Where is that? That is here. Okay, I've talked about that one. Okay, no, I don't have any more embarrassing stories from my childhood, but I have some embarrassing stories from my life. And most of them, actually all of them, include falling over because I am one of the most clumsy people. If there is a possibility of me being able to fall over, it will happen. I have had so many injuries related to falling over in my life, both minor and serious. It's not even funny. That's going to be stories for another day. But I do have a couple of really embarrassing stories about me falling over at times that were really not the best times for me to be falling over. So the first one, I was 12 and it was... If you're not aware of how Australia's school system works, I'm talking to you, America, because I'm pretty sure that like the UK schooling system is the same. There's like primary school and then there's high school. Okay? So primary school goes from like prep, which is the grade before first grade, to 6th grade. And then high school for us goes from the 7th grade to the 12th grade. So generally kids will start high school at the age of 13 and then graduate at the age of 18. But I was a year younger than everyone else. So I started high school at 12 and I finished at 17. Graduated at 17. So I was 12. I was in my first year of high school, which is like mortifying enough as it is, because you're a young person, you're in a completely new atmosphere, you're trying to find new friends, and you're also trying to figure out just who you are as a person in amongst all of these people who are judging you for who you are as a person, right? So it's embarrassing enough as it is. But this was at a whole school assembly. They would happen once per term, so once every quarter of the year, right? So not as often as the ones in primary school. And this one in particular was a special one because one of our holidays that we celebrate, and it's kind of weird for me to say that, but one of our big holidays of the year that we take part in is called Anzac Day, which is all about the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps. And it specifically looks back on the world wars that the Australian and New Zealand soldiers have fought in, or just any wars that the Australian and New Zealand soldiers have fought in, or just giving thanks to any soldiers currently defending the country, right? So it's a big day for looking back and reflecting on the past. And generally, with Anzac Day, there's a minute's silence, and there is a song called The Last Post played. You may have heard The Last Post before. If you haven't heard it, look it up. It's very hauntingly beautiful, and it gives me goosebumps every time I hear it. But this whole school assembly was an Anzac Day assembly. We would have one every year for Anzac Day where the whole school would have to partake in the minute's silence and would also have to listen to The Last Post. So we'd been sitting down for almost an hour, legs crossed on the gym floor, and we get told that we have to stand up for the minute silence and to observe the last post. And I can feel that my right leg is completely dead. So I say to my friend, I don't think I'm going to be able to stand up on my own. My leg is dead. And she's like, yep, no worries. I will help you up. And so she gets up and then she gives me her hand and she tries to pull me up, and my leg is so dead that I cannot put any weight on it. And so as soon as I try to stand on it, I immediately fall down. And because I am still holding onto my friend's hand, I pull her down with me. This whole school assembly where we are meant to be taking a moment of silence and observing the last post, and it is incredibly loud in my area and very embarrassing, and we got in trouble by the teachers even though like my foot was asleep. I couldn't help that. You're going to make me sit cross-legged on the floor for an hour? Of course my foot's going to be dead. I'm sorry. Anyway. So needless to say, my friend and I sat down for the rest of the minute's silence and the last post. Sorry about it, but I couldn't get up. I'm just gonna get away from this mosquito. But also I'm debating whether I want to do another round of the island or not. Probably not. We're 2 hours and a quarter, right? I did want to go to a mystery island. It's just a shame because the Gazami crab, the giant isopod can only be caught after 9 p.m. But then again, I do also have a fish that I have not caught that has to be caught after 9 p.m. So it would mean I would have to do another after 9 p.m. video. And that's fine. I am thinking I would probably like to go to a Nook Mars Island and see if I can catch these bugs, okay? So we're going to go and run these creatures home, and we'll grab a Nook Miles ticket, and then we'll head out and we'll see if we can catch the bugs on a Nook Miles Island. That would just be like a great way to finish the night, because we now only have one sea creature to catch that's available now. That's so good. I don't know if we've got any more coming in February. I'm not sure, but I'll be able to update that list soon. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more fish on my fish list, although there's probably going to be more coming next month. It's fine. And we have 2 bugs left to catch. And I know that there's a couple more coming next month. So, or there's at least 1 more coming next month. So if I can just catch these 2 bugs tonight, I will call that a successful episode. And it really is thanks to the sea creatures. Those sea creatures came through and made my mood so much better. I will go back to telling you my embarrassing falling over stories in a second. I've got 2 more. Well, kind of 2 more. Like 2.5 more. Anyway, I need to get a Nook Miles ticket. Thank you. I'm only going to use 1 because we're only going to go to 1 island, okay? Alright, let's go do this, my friends. I kind of don't want to be there for too long, though. Like, I kind of want to record for 20, 25 more minutes. Just because it is getting late, my friends. It is 10:39 p.m. So, I don't want to be recording for too much longer. It's all good. Let's just see. So we're going to catch, hopefully, I'm putting it out there. We're going to catch the golden stag and the giraffe stag. Okay? We're going to do it. It's going to happen. Hello, Orville. I know. Thank you for the slippers. I want to fly. Roger. Yes, that's exactly what I want to use. Thank you. Yes. Sure are. Time for takeoff. Let's do that. And, you know, if we do catch these 2 bugs really quick, maybe we could do some more fishing. At Nook Miles Island, right? Maybe we could. Or maybe we could even do some diving. We might have the potential to catch a rare creature on Nook Miles Island, right? We seem to do pretty well with the bugs, so maybe it would be worth doing some diving on the island as well. Depending. The priority is getting these 2 bugs. Okay? Okay. Thank you. I sure will. Maybe not catch some bees, and maybe not chop some trees either, but I will. We're at one of those islands that has the funny rock formation on the top that doesn't do anything special. I'm just going to ascend, keeping in mind we have the potential for scorpions, of course, but I am going to need to be clearing bugs that are not on the palm trees, right? So that we have a better chance of bugs spawning on the palm trees. Because at the moment we have nothing on that one. I need the wharf roaches to go away. Do we have a DIY recipe? We sure do, my friends. Let's see what this DIY recipe is for. Thanks, Boyd. A dark bamboo bath mat. I don't want to learn that, so I'm going to leave it here. Because I don't want it. Anyway, I'm going to get my... Maybe I won't get my net out just yet, actually, just in case we do come across a scorpion and it scares the crap out of me, right? Nothing on that one. Because at least I can, with my net not out, I can run. And I don't have to worry about the scorpion attacking me, right? I see you. Thank you. I'm going to ascend because I'm going to assume that some bugs have spawned on the top layers. It probably would have been really handy to have not bought my ladder, because if you don't bring a ladder with you, if you don't have a ladder with you, you won't, I'm pretty sure anyway, you won't get an island that has multiple levels. I should probably have left my ladder at home. It's fine. It's all good. It just means we're going to be climbing up and down. And shooing lots of bugs. That includes seeing if we've got like hermit crabs on the beach and stuff. Just like that. Also, oh, we don't have a pond here or anything. We don't have a pond or a river, so I can't even fish here. So it would only be diving then that I would do if we happen to catch these bugs quickly. It would be diving. That's interesting, right? Alright, back to my embarrassing stories though. My next embarrassing falling over story that happened while I was in high school. I had a crush on one of my best friends when I was in high school. And oh damn it, that was totally the golden stag. That was totally the golden stag. I didn't see it, but that was totally the golden stag. I can always tell in the way that it flies away, the coloring on it. I think that's a jigsaw, a stag. A saw stag, sorry, not a jigsaw stag, a saw stag. Oh, I am devastated about that. That was 100% a golden stag. I just have to be more careful, right? But that's what I mean. The potential is there to catch it on this island, right? The potential is there. I just have to be careful. Anyway, I had a crush on my best friend in high school. And I think he kind of knew it. Anyway, looking back, he was not a great choice. But I mean, the heart wants what it wants, right? And when you're a teenager, you make stupid decisions. So we were at school and the school bell had just rung for the end of the day and we were making our way towards the school buses. His school bus came super late, so he had to stay at school for a little bit after school. And my school bus left with every other school bus that was ready to go straight after school, right? So he was walking me to my school bus because he had to stay super late. And we were on the way to walking to my school bus and I trip and fall, which on its own is embarrassing enough. But to make matters just, ever so much worse, my school bag that I was wearing on my back decides to flip over my shoulders. So my school bag that was on my back is now on my stomach. And my best friend, the guy I had a crush on, dying laughing at me. Thought it was so hilarious. And I am just absolutely mortified. Can't believe that happened. Anyway, I made my way to my school bus very quickly. And tried my very best to pretend that that didn't happen. Anyway. I mean, I don't need this one. This isn't the giraffe stag or this is one of the horned ones. But do I catch it anyway? Because they seem to be pretty pricey, so maybe I'll just catch it anyway. Damn it. No, I won't, because I suck. Anyway, putting my net away just in case I encounter a scorpion. No, just in case I encounter a scorpion, thank you. Yeah, so that was that story. And then the last falling over at times that I really wish I wouldn't have fallen over story, it's actually multiple. This happened multiple times in different circumstances of the same kind of event. And they were when I was an adult. Okay, so my sister used to be a photographer. She used to have her own photography business and she used to photograph weddings. And you're going to say that. I know you're already going to piece together. You're going to go, oh no, do not tell me that you fell over at people's weddings. Yes, I did. Because I used to help her with some weddings. I helped her photograph 4 weddings, I think it was. And I think there was only one wedding that I did not fall over at. The first one was super not noticeable. It was, I mean, everyone was sort of paying attention to the bride and the groom. So, like, it was okay, super not noticeable. So that was fine. It was just like a little stumble anyway. It wasn't a full fall. The second one, though. So the ceremony had ended and we were taking photos of the whole family. And the area that we had to take photos in, it was kind of limited to have such a big group of people. Like, there was a lot of people. Like, there was like 50 people in this group that we needed to take a group photo of. And so the only space that we had big enough to do that, where we would be able to fit everyone in frame, was at the bottom of a big hill. And so they're all standing at the bottom of the big hill looking up at my sister and I, who were at the top of the hill. And because we had to be a little bit far away, I had to go and tell them instructions that I was going to be counting down for them so that they could see when we were going to be taking the photos so they could put their best faces on for the photos, right? And so I go down this hill to tell them all that this is the plan, that I'm going to do the countdown. You're going to see me actively signaling that I'm counting down, and that when I say open your eyes, because the sun was shining in their eyes as well. And we're going to take the photos, and then you can close your eyes again, right? So I go down, I tell them that plan. They're fine with that plan. They've got it all absolutely understood. And then I turn around and I am climbing up the hill. Well, not climbing up the hill, but I'm walking up the hill. And it was one of those classic cartoon moments where it's like my feet were just going way faster than my body was. And all of a sudden, I am on the ground, on the hill, on the ground. Like, it was one of those ones. It was so embarrassing though. Like, my feet, like, I hit the ground with my chest, which I had my camera on my chest, by the way. My camera didn't break. I don't know how it didn't break. But my feet went up in the air behind me and then smacked down on the ground. It was super, like, cartoonish and super embarrassing. And everyone, every single person was like, oh. It was so embarrassing. So I am on the ground, mortified, just dying of embarrassment, but also like freaking out because my camera is on my chest. And I'm like, oh my God, please don't tell me I've just broken my $2,000 camera, right? Like, it's a proper DSLR, because that's what you do with photography, right? You use a proper DSLR. And so I'm freaking out. So then I get up and I'm like looking at my camera. My camera looks fine. I'm like, how does my camera look fine? I don't know. Anyway, so the groom's brother, who I happen to know, like, it was my sister's friend that we were photographing the wedding for. So she knows everyone. I know, I knew the bride. I'd met the bride a couple times before, but I'd never met the groom, but I knew the groom's brother. I went to school with the groom's brother, and so did my sister. She's friends with the groom's brother. I don't know. It's kind of a weird dynamic. But anyway, the groom's brother knew me, and he comes running up to me. He's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I am so okay. Thank you. I'm just horribly embarrassed. And so then I get up and I just turn around and give everyone a thumbs up, because I'm like halfway up the hill at this point. So I give everyone a thumbs up and I say, all good, plan is as I mentioned, it'll be fine. So I get up the stairs and my sister is trying to not die laughing at me. And I'm just like, thanks for that. Anyway, we managed to get the photos done. And then she's like, is your camera okay? And I'm like, yeah, I think my camera's okay. I turn it on. I take a couple of test photos. My camera is fine. I still don't know how my camera was fine with all of my weight crashing upon it between me and the ground, right? I don't know how. Thank God it was, though. I still have that camera. And so we take these photos, and then we're sort of, I'm just going to try and, I can't, I thought you could scare the cicada shells off the trees. Apparently not. I'm going to have to catch it then. So we get this group photo done, and we sort of let everyone know, yep, photos are all done. It was sort of the last set of photos that we had to take before everyone could go to the venue for the reception. So we finish up the photos. We let the group know that they're right to go. We just had to take a couple of on-location photos with the bride and the groom, but that was at a different location. So we say, yep, bride and groom, you're ready to go to the new location, all that. And then my sister and I, we're like on the way to the new location to go and take these photos of the bride and the groom. And I say to my sister, my God, my chest is really sore. And she's like, are you okay? I'm like, it's probably just from where like I landed on my camera, right? I had a bruise in the shape of my lens on my chest from where I landed on it. Because I was wearing, for some reason, I had my camera on backwards. That was the other reason why I couldn't believe my camera didn't break, because I had my camera on backwards. So the lens was pointing into my body and the screen was pointing out. That's not the way you should hold a camera, but I had it on like a strap around my neck. So yeah, that's what happened. I had a bruise in the shape of a circle on my chest from falling on my camera. I still don't know how it broke. It was still mortifying. Anyway, so that was the second time I fell over photographing a wedding. I wish I could say it was the last, but alas. Hold on. Hold. Hold everything. Hold everything right now. Hold. Hold. I think that's the golden stag. I'm not 100% sure. I can't see the colouring very well, but it looks like it could be kind of yellow to me. I have to focus up for a second. I'm so sorry. You watch, it's going to be just a Miyama stag or something, but I can't tell. And this is one of those ones I would rather just be safe than sorry. It's a Miyama stag. Okay, look, I told you it probably would be, but look at the colouring of the Miyama stag. It's brown. So can you understand that in this night lighting, it could kind of look a little bit yellowish? The other one before was definitely a golden stag though. Anyway. Net away, just in case we encounter a scorpion. So the last falling over story photographing a wedding. So, this wedding was a beach wedding. And it was for this absolutely beautiful couple. They were so gorgeous. She was not wearing a traditional dress. She was wearing a red dress for her wedding. They were not about any kind of tradition at all. They wanted to do things their own way. They had this beautiful first look with each other that we got to photograph. It was really cool. We went to this really beautiful location, a pebble beach, for their bride and groom photos that we were actually able to take before the ceremony. They wanted it taken before the ceremony because they had their first look. It was beautiful. And everything was going well. And then we get, like, the photos were coming out absolutely spectacularly. My sister and I are so excited. We're like, hell yes, this is going so well. And then it comes to the ceremony. And the ceremony is on a beach, a local beach. And they had this little area cordoned off. And so my sister and I take our places in the aisle that had been created. I think that's going to be another Miyama stag. But I just have to make sure... So my sister and I take place in the aisle because everyone else is seated. The only space for us to photograph is in the aisle. So when my sister and I would do that, she would take a higher angle and I would be on the ground getting a lower angle. It was why it was so much fun to have both of us photographing, because you were able to get two completely different angles of the same scene, and sometimes the different angles could tell the completely different story. That was a Miyama stag, by the way. I'm not sure about this one though. I can't see it properly. I think it has the same legs as a Miyama stag. I don't think you can even see it behind my face cam. It's probably just another Miyama stag, but I'm gonna just make sure. Because the one time that I don't catch it, it'll be a golden stag, right? It's another Miyama stag. Okay, it's fine. Anyway, so the ceremony is going beautifully. Everything goes well. First kiss is super great. We get the photos of that, but then we have to get the hell out of the way because all of a sudden bride and groom are coming down the little aisle that's on the beach, and we need to be getting out of the way. So I was on the ground, on the beach, on the sand, and because I'm trying to move quickly to get out of the way, my feet just kind of go out from underneath me on the sand, and down I go in the middle of the aisle, and everyone goes, "Oh," again. And I think I kind of overshadowed the bride and groom's moment. And for that, I'm really sorry. I couldn't help it. My body just did that. Super embarrassing. Anyway, thankfully, that one was a pretty quick recovery. Unlike the one going up the hill, that was not a quick recovery. So yeah, times that you would hope not to fall over. Weddings have multiple times. How many weddings did I photograph? There was that one, there was that one, there was that one. I photographed 5 weddings with my sister. Aw, so nice. Actually, I think there was one of them that I didn't photograph that I just was an assistant for and I was needed for other things. I think that was one of the earlier ones where I wasn't super comfortable, even though my sister was like, "Your photos look really good. You should just do this anyway." And then I did, and I had lots of fun. We had lots of fun photographing weddings. It's just really nice to be a part of someone's day like that, capturing those memories and those moments. There was one wedding that, this is the wedding that I wasn't photographing, but it was another of my sister's friends was getting married. And she asked me to do up her dress. Like, she didn't sort of, like, everyone else was sort of busy and like getting hair and makeup done, and she was getting ready to get into her dress, and like I was hanging around waiting to see if my sister needed me to get any photos, and she says to me, I'm ready to get in with my dress, but there's no one to do it. Do you think you could zip me up? And I'm like, are you sure you want me to zip up your dress? Like, that's a pretty, like, bridesmaidy thing that should be happening, and you don't know me. Anyway, I did up her dress. And then I cried when she walked down the aisle. I did. I try, like, every wedding I had to try not to cry, but this wedding I just couldn't help it. It was very beautiful, and I just burst into tears. Thankfully, I wasn't photographing that one though. So I think the other ones that I was photographing, it was easier to sort of keep myself in check because I had a job to do, and it was vital that I focus on it. Yeah, those were fun times. I don't think that we're going to be able to catch the golden stag or the draft stag, because that was definitely a Miyama stag again, right? I can tell by the legs now. I've got the legs down pat. I know what they look like. So now I'm kind of wondering, because I'm going to want to end this episode kind of soon. Do I go in for a dive? Let's go in for a dive. Let's do a round of the island. Go in for a dive. Let's see, right? I'm going to jump off this pier. Whee! Cannonball, my friends. I also haven't got a thumbnail for the video. So maybe I should do that. Think about what the hell it is I'm going to get a thumbnail of, because this one's been kind of all over the place. Whoa! Bubbles galore going everywhere. Is this a medium shadow? I swear if this is a medium shadow, because it's moving incredibly fast. Oh my god. Could you imagine if we catch the giant freaking isopod immediately? Could you imagine? Because this is moving very, very fast. I just can't see the shadow size. I can't. No, it's big. Okay, it's going to be another Gigas giant clam, I reckon. It's moving so fast. Come here. Oh, I'm right behind it. Come on. Gotcha. Yes. There we go. Cool. Now there's some bubbles down here that I've missed. I need to go back and get them. That would have been pretty freaking sick though, if that was the giant isopod immediately. Also, do we get maps of the... No, we don't get maps of the Mystery Islands. Okay, I just want to see how far can I go. How low can I go? That's how low I can go. Okay, how far across can I go? Okay, that's how far across I can go. I just wasn't sure. I don't think I've ever been diving on a Nook Miles Island, right? It's interesting. So aside from helping my sister photograph weddings sometimes, I also was assistant on a couple of newborn photo shoots. They stressed me out though. I wasn't taking the photos, but I was the assistant, and look, I had never sort of like handled babies before. And so I was nervous handling babies, right? Especially because they're not my babies. They're someone else's babies. But just like moving them into positions and even holding them in some positions for the photos to be taken, it was stressful to me. I didn't like doing the newborn shoots. I only did 2, and then I said to my sister, I just don't think I can do the newborn shoots. I mean, again, beautiful to be a part of. Lots of cute babies. I mean, I say lots, but it was 2 shoots worth, but one was a set of twins. That was a fun one. So, cute babies. Love that. But just too stressful for me. And then I've also been a model for my sister's photography ever since I was a teenager. Like, she's been taking photos since she was a teenager, and like she would take photography class in school, and when she needed a model, hey, that was me. I've dressed up as so many things for her in my life. She would come up with concepts and she would pitch them to me, and I'd be like, hell yeah, let's do it. Phew, sorry, I just had to sneeze. Sorry. Got the sneezes apparently for a second there. One story I do have though from that modeling for my sister's photography, she wanted to do like a corpse bride photo shoot, but we didn't sort of have a dress that would be like wedding dressy, right? We were teenagers. We didn't have wedding dresses. So we went to a local opportunity shop, like a thrift store for US folks. We went to a thrift shop. And we call them op shops, opportunity shops, second opportunity shops. That's what they're known as. And we're looking through these amazingly, like, classically 80s wedding dresses, and we come across this one. I'm going to see if I can find the photos from this shoot, actually, by the way. I'll include a couple. I had black hair back then. I was a teenager, I had black hair. So we find this one dress at this op shop, and it's beautiful. I try it on. It doesn't fit properly, but it's fine. We didn't need it to look good from the back. We just needed it to look good from the front for the photos, right? And so we go to check out with this fabulously 80s wedding dress, and the lady on the cash register looks at my sister and I, and she's like, "Congratulations. Which one of you is going to be wearing this dress?" And so we're like, okay, she thinks that we're getting married, which, like, good on her for being inclusive. You know, this was before the yes vote had happened in Australia, where gay marriage was legalized. Okay, this is before that. So we were like, good on her for being inclusive, because there wasn't a lot of folks, especially of her generation, that were inclusive. So that was nice. So we just played along with it. We just played along with it. We just said to her, yeah, it's going to be me that's wearing this dress. We're having like a kind of 80s themed wedding. Anyway, it was funny. And then we did the corpse bride photo shoot, and the photos turned out pretty cool. So I'll insert a couple photos I'm sure I've still got them somewhere. And then there was another day where my sister was like, I want to make you into like a doll. I want to make you look like a doll and like pose you in amongst other dolls and teddies and kind of like make you look like you're a doll, but you're a human. And I was like, yeah, no worries. Whatever you want to do. So we did that, and she did all this makeup, this very exaggerated makeup on me. Again, I'll include some photos. I don't think I have any photos of, like, she made me sit on her bed, and she got, like, we had a collection of like teddies and stuff from when we were little and stuff. And also we like had our younger cousins over who were much younger, so we had some of their toys and stuff. So put them on the bed and me in the middle, surrounded by them all. I don't think I have any of those photos, but they did look pretty cool. But the thing with that day was I had a doctor's appointment, and I did not have enough time to take all of my makeup off before going to my doctor's appointment. So I went to my doctor's appointment looking like this. Insert photo. Okay. So funny. They must have thought that I was a weirdo. Look, I am. It's fine. Sorry, just adding something to my notes to remind myself to put in the photos, right? So you can see what I'm talking about. So there were like themed photo shoots like that my sister and I would do when I was a teenager. But there were also just like portraits, standard portraits that she would take of me as well to practice her portrait photography and stuff. Yeah, lots of fun. Lots and lots and lots of fun. I think that after we finish this lap of the Nook Mars Island that we're going to go home though, because I'm starting to want to wrap up this episode. I don't know if we're going to be able to catch the giant isopod. I have a feeling that's not going to be a thing for today. I can't carry anything else. I'll let it go. Okay, what do I have in my pockets? I mean, things that I'm going to want to keep, like a Giga's giant clam. I'll keep going. And if I find anything new that, well, if I find the one thing that's new or anything else that's super expensive, I can always swap it out for some of the cheaper stuff. I won't turn back around anymore. I'm going to keep going forwards after this. We're going to let it go, my friends. Oh boy, even with my fan on, my little fan on, it is getting very warm in this room with all my lights on. I knew that would be the case though. I wonder how hot it is outside now. Let me see if I can find out on my weather app. I don't know if it'll be particularly accurate because it doesn't do it particularly incredibly local to where I live, but it takes measurings from about half an hour away from where I am, and it's saying 29.4 degrees at, what's the time? 11:09 p.m. That's hot. Let me see if I can figure out how much that is in Fahrenheit, right? 29 C to F. That is 84.2 degrees Fahrenheit at 11 o'clock at night. Okay, just keep that in mind. It's not the warmest for a daytime temperature, but for a nighttime temperature, that's summer in Australia for you. I said I wasn't going to turn around, but then these bubbles intrigued me and I turned around. I won't turn around again, I promise. Let it go. I'm just trying to think if I've done anything else cool with my life that I can tell you about. Because like the helping my sister with her photography stuff, I look back on that really fondly and that was really cool. And I got to be a part of people's happiest times, right? That was really cool. The only other thing that I could think of, and I've got to be really vague about it, is my job, right? At my job. I've told you little bits about my job without giving away what I do, right? Which is very hard to do. But occasionally at my job, like, you know, I come into contact with people. There are people that come into my place of business and conduct business. And when I tell you this next tidbit of information, you're going to be like, where the hell do you work at? There are sometimes events within my workplace that we are able to dress up for. And I'm not just talking about like your Christmas or your Halloween. I'm talking events that the company creates that we are able to dress up for that are very themed. And they're events that are created for the people that come into our place of business. But we are able to dress up in support of them, okay? Sounds so vague. Anyway, one of these events was a Disney related event, and it was an official Disney related event. Like, licensing rights were involved with Disney for this event because I work for a very large corporation that has the money to be able to do that with Disney, okay? So we were able to dress up, and the really cool thing about this event was there was actually a chance for one of the people that would come into our place of business and do business with us to win a holiday to Disneyland. And this isn't just me at my location. This is at locations around the entire country, okay? That's one of those people could win a trip to Disneyland. This was before COVID. And then there was also a chance for a staff member to also win a holiday to Disneyland. To have the staff member win the holiday to Disneyland, we had to prove that we were promoting this event within the community. And we had to put on, I don't even know how to describe it. We would have to have interactive events every weekend that people could be a part of that were Disney themed. And so we came up with all sorts of ideas. We kind of became a daycare actually for a little bit because kids were really interested and kids would come in their costumes, right? But a lot of our staff, well, not a lot of our staff, some of our staff were also in costume, and I was one of them. I dressed up as Ariel, the Little Mermaid. But I specifically dressed up as Ariel from the Kiss the Girl scene in the classic, where she's wearing the two-tone blue dress with the big blue bow in her hair. I dressed up as that Ariel. And the kids knew, they could tell that I was Ariel. All the adults thought that I was Anna from Frozen. No. How wrong you are. Anyway, these events that we would have to throw on the weekends that were largely for children to bring their parents to spend their money at my place of business, they would involve lots of things. We would have Disney themed activities, like we had little Disney fake tattoos that we could put on them, or like coloring in pages, or even like we started making our own games, like kind of like a hook toss, but it was like with Captain Hook's hook, and then like a stick the nose on Olaf, and like the claw, but you would use like this little claw to get yourself a packet of popcorn or something. Like it was we were very interactive with it. And then it got to the point, giving chase to something, I don't know what this is. It got to the point where we were one of the finalists. My specific place that I work was one of the finalists for a staff member winning a holiday. So, you freaking guys, it is the giant isopod. Oh my god. Shut up. I am stoked. I am so happy that I kept going a little bit longer while I'm telling you the story. That is amazing. That is officially all of the sea creatures that I have available to catch. That is fabulous. So good. Anyway, yes. Gah! I got a giant isopod. It's the custodian of the sea. I need to pay attention. I need to swap this with something. And I need to swap it. I'll swap it with the sea grapes, okay? Thanks. Fabulous, you guys. We can go home. Anyway, let me finish telling this story. So there was like 2 weeks left of the event. The event got extended by 2 weeks. So I spent 6 weeks of going into work every single shift, dressing up like Ariel from The Little Mermaid, which, doing my job, it was very bizarre to be dressed up as Ariel while doing my job, but the people that would come into my work absolutely loved it, and they started like rooting for us to be the place of business that would win the holiday, right? So they were rooting for us. They were so excited. And the last couple of weeks, we kind of had like a go big or go home attitude, and there was like someone that we were able to get a hold of locally who had like race cars and would do like local racing, right, with race cars. And one of his cars was painted to look like Lightning McQueen. And so we booked him to bring his Lightning McQueen car to my place of business on one of these weekend events. And like, it was a big deal. The kids went bananas over it. It was a very big deal, like go big or go home attitude, right? And because of all of the efforts that we had put in, all of the costumes that we had done, all of the activities that we had come up with, how interactive we were with the people that were coming into our business and with the kids that were coming into our business, we were the place of business for the company that won the holiday. So once it was established that it was going to be my place of business that won, it was then about trying to figure out which individual team member would win. And so to do that, we had to write a little written thing about how we would bring a little magic to the people that will come into our place of business's day, every day. Like what magic we would bring to work, essentially. And so we did that, and we put in our entries, and we were so excited, and so were all the people that would come in to do business with us, that they were so excited once they found out that it was one of us was going to win it. And I'm not going to lie to you, there were a few people that were rooting for me to win it. And I was always of the belief that like, I was just happy that it was going to be one of us that would win it. Like of course I would love to win it, but just to be happy that one of us was going to win it, right? And I was kind of hoping that I would win it, right? Because I don't think I'm ever going to get to go to Disneyland, honestly. I've always wanted to go to Disneyland ever since I was little. I don't think I ever will. Anyway, long story short, it was not me that won. It was not my friend who dressed up as Belle in a full hoop skirted dress every single shift for 6 weeks and helped me run these weekend events, because she and I would run these weekend events. It wasn't my other work friend who would volunteer his time to come in to do these weekend events unpaid, so that my friend and I, my other friend who dressed up as Belle, and I could take breaks and not be short-staffed being a daycare for kids, right? It was not the three of us that essentially put the spirit into the event. It was the one person that was in charge of the budget that won. And I'm not going to say it was rigged, but honestly, I just could have probably told you that that would have been the case. She was in charge of the budget, yes, but she dressed up in costume literally once. One day out of 6 weeks. And yes, she had the budget to pay for the Lightning McQueen, and yes, she had the budget to pay for the face painter to come and do face paint, and yes, she had the budget, but I spent my hard-earned money on buying the fake tattoos, on buying, like, not buying colouring in pages, but using my printer ink to print off the colouring in pages and all sorts of stuff. So that wasn't a part of the budget that I was never compensated for anyway. She won. And there were a lot of customers that were mad about it, because they were saying it should have been either me or my friend who dressed up as Belle or my other friend who volunteered his time to come in and help, right? I'm just going to lay down and I'll finish telling you the story, okay? So, sorry, that was a bit crazy with my microphone there. But, unfortunately though, like I said, all of this happened right before COVID. And the holiday was set for June 2020. Which meant that it never got to happen anyway. And that's sad, you know, put in all that hard work and then it was never able to happen. And even all these years later, I don't think it's ever been honoured, because it was for this promotional period and it had to be redeemed in June of 2020, and then it couldn't because the whole world shut down for COVID. Anyway. I did so much talking in the end there. But with that being said, my friends, that is another episode of Animal Crossing New Horizons all done and dusted. Stoked that we were able to catch all the sea creatures. Happy that we were able to cross a couple things off the fish list. A little sad that I missed the golden stag. It was 100% the golden stag. Anyway, I am still determined to get those things before they run out next month. But that is it for this episode of Animal Crossing New Horizons. I hope that you enjoyed it. I just realised didn't get a thumbnail. I'm going to have to try and make something work. Maybe I'll be able to grab a screen grab of me diving off the pier at, I don't know, at the Nook Mars Island. I'm not sure. I'll work something out. But with that being said, my friends, I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's super late, 11:22 p.m. I'm ready to go to bed. So if you would like to hang out with me more on Sezurbia, if you'd like to see more of my Animal Crossing New Horizons Let's Play, next episode is going to be a daytime episode. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet though. Maybe I'll have a look at the heart pond, making the heart pond look a little bit more like a heart, and maybe getting started on some basic plans for the cemetery. Hopefully I'll have some plans for the custom paths I would like to use in place. I'm not sure on that though. I'm not going to guarantee that though. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens next episode, right? But if you would like to see more of me and more, hang out with us more here on Sezurbia, then hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell next to it to let YouTube know you want to hang out more with me. And if you liked this video, do let me know by hitting the like button down below as well. And with that being said, you guys, I hope you're having a happy morning, noon, or night, whatever time of day it is for you. I hope it's a good one. I'm going to turn my lights off and try and cool down. And you guys, I will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.